like a studio question, basically, right?
Yeah.
Stock plugins or add-ons?
Stock plugins are add-ons. Add-ons, because stock plugins just our comedy we have, you know what I mean? Add-ons is better.
Mm.
Add-ons, you can choose, you know what I mean? Much better.
Say more options, more nice.
Yeah.
And sometimes
Yeah.
it easier to work with than the stock. And the stock you have to have more
Yeah.
knowledge, foundation
Yeah.
knowledge.
No man, add-ons are always better. You can add the whole for different things to your thing.
Alright, so what projects and performances should the live be looking out for in the future?
Projects for days, man. Me have a song named Champion Body Girl, Eastside Sensation to drop. Zane, me have a song for Breezy Music to drop also. Money Maker, because that song they are talking about the girl them way only want a hairstyle. You see me? And the girl them want KFC. You see me? But me I say, me not support this. Me I deal with dreams. So if I have a girl, she can get money, but the money me I give her, if you go towards a dream, tell me to send you back to school.
Yeah.
Tell me to say you want to do something, you want to go you want to go you take you want to invest in something. Me no want a girl that tell me about no Brazilian here, and no Cali this and no make. Me no want to hear it. So the money make a song they bad. Me no want no waste girl, no lame girl, no tell me boy your bone nails. Independent girl, money maker. And that turn me on, give me nature.
Yeah.
Me no want no waste girl, no lame girl. Big dreams me we pay for. You see me, I want to normal. You see me? And you know we have the King Solomon video for shoot. You see me?
Facts,
But I look for the
facts.
perfect girl to that video if I'm with you. But
Yeah.
that can't they have work and them thing there, you see me? So every time I look for time in with she, you see me? So we're gonna line it up soon, because that song is normal. You see me? You know the King Solomon song there.
Facts.
Touchy topic, but it's not normal. You see me? It's gonna work. Also, Black Yard Production, me have a song for come with Black Yard Production. One does drop name Privilege. You see me?
Yeah, we are privileged, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Privilege, tough song. Next song I love. For personally, me have do it for my own. The New Beginnings, my song. Me have a song for Isaiah for my label job. Me have proportions of work for New Beginnings that come. Which is not me, but me have artists on the label.
You know, one of my favorite songs for you is not even a song of me produced, bro. Guess which song one of my favorite songs for you?
Which one? I have to tell me about that song me and you want to get me one mad.
More money me want, more money me want. Yeah, man. One of my favorite song that feel man.
The girl they love the Bumper Roll song too.
Yeah, Bumper Roll good too. Yeah, my next one before that you did do before Bumper Roll. I can't remember it right now. Yeah, man. You shoot a video feed. Jeez, why I can't remember. No, not Reckless. Not Reckless. I can't remember it right now. My brain just. Yeah, too much about that one. That song that is sick still. Like.
Me have a song about the road now.
Yeah.
Same Breezy Music to name. Nobody's favorite.
Yo, me play that often now, dog. Yo, play that often now.
Yeah, man. People love that song.
Yeah.
Where me go?
Yeah, man.
Big up Greener one, you know, big up Zero Set Speed.
Yeah, man.
Because them give me a real strength for that track there.
Definitely.
Real energy.
I'm sure a lot of people familiar with that because I've been seeing it on the blogs and stuff. So definitely one
man, it's like an album,
of your big song.
Yeah.
So where can the audience find your works?
Well, you don't know, you can go from Spotify, follow me general from Spotify, Apple stores, you know what I mean? By the time people name the NY stores, they make a song for these. Just stream everything. If you can't stream everything, stream what you like. You know what I mean? You don't know, I have song with KWMG, Kadu, Black Yard, Breezy Music, Clean Me Record, big up my G, Marilyn, anyway, go. Real people them there, you see me? Big up Dimple, you know what I mean? Big up Sasha and Book Boss. Instagram, no social media, you can find me for Instagram, One General, you know what I mean? Follow the General, type my name again and see me come up. You see me? New Beginnings Record, TikTok, follow the General, because my name not change no way. YouTube, official follow the General, and you can also find for YouTube as follow the General Vivo. 2 page, you know what I mean? Facebook, the real follow the General. You see me? TikTok too, follow the General. I don't really that Twitter somebody. Twitter phone site, I can't manage Twitter.
So same thing for people that are promoters looking for bookings. Is there a number you can give them right now or an email address that they can bring up live?
They can email me at Alright, you can DM me for anyone on social media page him.
Okay.
Because me control all my social media page him. I'm just call a while ago. You can contact me at 840, I put area code 1876
Right.
Jamaican area code 840-7239. You can contact me. Our email is falco.ishere@gmail.com. You know what I mean?
All right. See the people, Falco the General, man. It was a good conversation, Falco. Before you head out, would you like to spend 5 minutes on the topic at hand?
Yeah, man.
All right.
Back in the day, it used to be very difficult for females. You know what I mean? It's always easier for male, but it was very difficult for female back in the day. You know what I mean? Like 10 years ago. Basically, back in the day, if you're a female, get a break. Enough times you have to sleep with the producer, sleep with the engineer, to write the song, get a song out. You know what I mean? Them get only for abuse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why they're alive. Alright. You see me? So back in the day, when a female go through it. See me? Now, if a girl independent and have her money, she can pay her studio time, buy her song. She can pay somebody mix her song. And then the easy thing now for female is social media.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's most easier for a female to get the break on social media than a man right now. You see me? If a girl she have the looks and she willing to show up her body and look skimpy and look sexy, people are gonna follow her, but especially the man them. You know what I mean? They quick to get an audience more than me. You see me, or another regular artist. You get me?
Yeah.
So they have the advantage there. But back in the day, it was more difficult. It's much easier now. If you look on the pool now, we have the new girl, Master Chin. You see me, remember Lataya, that's a Joe wife.
Yeah.
You see me? Because all the female in the car, you know, but two of them are really big like how that way, but them get highlight. You see me?
So, may I ask you something, Falco?
Yeah.
Do you think that is a support thing? Because we all know more women in the world than men, right? So do you think that and I would say maybe more women consume music than men do, right? Because of the demographics. But depends on the type of music still. But do you think that women aren't supporting female music enough? You think that that's probably part of the issue?
Honestly, no. I don't think that's a problem now. Again, I don't think that's a problem again. Like I feel like no talent to speak, you know what I mean? Because if a female talented, man not gonna listen to her, woman not gonna listen to her. Like ladies are out about. It's just that she didn't get that highlight that was necessary early on. So ladies went through a lot to get her break. Well, but people don't know this. But if enough people know what ladies go through for boss, they would have ball like water, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ladies go on other platform by herself. As I said, no, if a girl have a regular 9 to 5 now, so have to go to what ladies go through because she can pay for her studio time and your money talk. You can pay a man, you can buy a rhythm, and you can pay a man to mix a song. You see, even if you do nothing more than to spend some money.
Right.
Invest in yourself. Secondly, you put it on Instagram, put it on YouTube, do a video, and you're gone.
Right.
You don't even have to do much. You see me? So it's not so hard like one time. You see me? The playing field kind of level. It's just that you have more men doing music than women. A lot of people don't know this. I run a studio. So it's easy for me to tell you. You see me? The norm is who come to do it most of the time? It's a man.
Yeah.
You see me? If 10 people come to do it, 8 of them is a man.
Yeah.
You see me? And 2 is a woman. So the reason why less woman do music.
Wow.
You see me? You have a whole woman can sing, but when you have your wife in your house and you find out what the music business is, you have to say, oh, girl, Lord, the music business thing there, you know, I want you to think you're making up the producer from sexy off on them thing there. You see me? Yeah, so most men are going to try to stop the woman from doing it.
Yeah.
You see me? So the ratio, kind of, you have to look on it. It's not just that woman never get the chance, it's just that less woman really enter the music business over. Less woman really does enter the music business. Try, you see me?
Yeah.
So that's one of the factors. But now, it's much easier now than back then. You see me? And it's more easier for a woman now do it. If she knows she do that help on her body, much easier for she get the break.
No, facts. But but I mean, I think what you said really sum it up. Like the whole.
It's a man though.
Yeah, the way you said. That's what I'm saying. There's more man. We're more interested enough for pushing themselves
No, it's a man's
musically.
world because even if you're a promoter right now and you're going to pay for your show,
Yeah.
it's very rare. Even Nicki Minaj will go up on a show. It's very rare Nicki Minaj is going to get the money that Drake gets.
And why is that?
You get what I said?
Why is that?
She pulls the crowd, you know. No, because I saw the game set, man. Them set the game that way. Then. It's rigged that way for men. Men definitely do get more money in the music. You see me? They are not paying Nicki what Drake is supposed to get. I can guarantee you, if Drake gets 50 million, Nicki now gets 5.
So why not? Because if they're both pulling the same amount of people, right?
They should.
And paying
patrons.
patrons.
You know what I mean? They should. If Nicki Minaj pull more crowd, she should get more money and get the same pay. But they will never do it because it's a man's world. The music business, they put it in a man's world.
But like, Falco, remember, you don't get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate. So is it that women aren't negotiating well enough?
No, my woman a good negotiator, bro. But you have to remember, it comes down to, when you do a business, it comes down to what the people value at, You see, you can value yourself and your product, but the people, them now buy it because them think it's worth it. Then you put them on waste. You see me?
Wow.
Even in real life, though, think about it. Chris Brown coming to Jamaica. You much money for to see Chris Brown in a year?
Yeah.
1.5 million. What?
Big money.
To see Chris Brown in the year. There's no woman coming to Jamaica that they will go pay 1.5 million to see. No matter how talented she is.
Yeah.
As an artist. You get me, I say, brother?
Yeah.
And them turn it in a man's world. That's what they do the music.
Well, no, maybe like Beyonce. Beyonce.
Them not paying 1.5 million to see Beyonce, brother.
Really?
They will pay good money, but not 1.5 million to see Beyonce.
Yeah.
You see me? You have to remember, Beyonce, you have females who love Beyonce, and you have females who love Rihanna. So them always have a look up. See the woman thing different,
Yeah.
Them always have a breakdown. Chris Brown, I like woman love Chris Brown. You get what I say? So I said always go. The woman them things split. You have to go, woman like Beyonce. You see me?
Yeah.
That's what the game today, brother. You see me? That's what the game today was. You see me? Now put to see a value for them.
No, facts. Alright, Falco. Yo, man, as always, man, it's been like an absolute pleasure reasoning this. This isn't even really an interview to me. This is just a conversation, a reasoning. You know what I mean?
Yeah, brother.
We will a vibe and thing. Definitely one of the hardest working artists in the business right now, and definitely a super talented lyricist in the game. So all who don't know at this point, you know what I mean, can check back the interview to the rerun and learn more about Falco. But yo, Falco, you don't know me, I go get take some other caller right now so that we can fit in other people in the show. But man, it was a pleasure, man, and you don't know, we chop it up off the record, bro.
Yeah.
Alright. You want to say anything before you left, or you want to give a piece of something before you leave?
Yeah, I say, do it for more now. Make it out of this, who I am. You ever sleep on a cold ground? Can't trust the fussy them and hold down. Man, I do it for more now. Man, I make it out of this, who I am. Get a one run and me no slow down. No quit and now make the podium. Man, now show to me, yes. Man, I aim for the sky and no greed and free work on a new tactic. Me now sit down and suffer me a lead and every man shoes can fit. Push and dog now the same luck. Watch your speed up, we jump up and get where me need. Man, I aim for the sky, me no shoot and miss. Right now, me now worry about your friend. Me now worry about gal where you cheat. Me now fi be nobody's favorite. Man up all night, me now worry about sleep. I'm money for my mind right now. First class man, I fly like bud. Me now work for crumbs. I'm one of things me know. Man, I live like King Solomon.
People, there you have it. Falco the General. Yo, bro.
What?
Give thanks, bro. Yeah, man. Blessings every time, bro.
Yeah, my family.
All right, people. I'm about to open the phone lines, guys. Anika, ready up yourself. Anika's about to call in like 2 seconds. I'm about to turn on Do Not Disturb off. Anika, You have the number. You can call anytime you're ready now. Anytime you're ready. I just opened up the line. Okay. Google number, guys. The number is 561-594-1015. If you want to call in, talk about the topic. If you want to call in and talk about Falco the General, what he has going on, definitely do that right now. 561-594-1015, guys. 561-594-1015. All right. In the meantime, between time, until we get another caller, make we play a song from Falco the General until the next call come through, right? So you guys can hear music from Falco the General, you know, the artist that we just interviewed a while ago. You know what I mean? For all the other people out there that want to stay on the live before you go research his song. So I'm going to play something by Falco the General. This is... Okay. Alright, we'll play after we get a call right now. Hold on, peeps.
Call from Nika. To accept, press 1. To send a voice.
Hello, caller.
Hey, Tristan Walton.
No, wagwan, girl.
There, man. I'm here, checking in the live.
Finally, huh?
Finally. Oh my gosh, last week was my topic, but definitely I'm gonna have my,
I know,
my
right? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You know, guys, Anika was supposed to be on the topic the last time, and I didn't know that I guess it was some type of miscommunication. She thought that I was gonna call her, and then I thought she was gonna call me, and then she just, long story short, she ended up not being on the live, but she had like some great points. But you know, every day is another day, a new day, and there's always a new topic, and I'm sure she'll have some good opinions on this topic. So Wagwan, tell Wagwan about the topic.
Absolutely. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna pull it up back. So the topic for this week is it easier for males to break into the music industry than females?
Right.
My opinion, I stand firmly on my opinion, and I think this day and age, well, back then and now, I think it's easier for males to break into the industry, just because dancehall was automatically like a male dominated industry. So
Right.
I believe that, yeah, it's easier for males. I've seen now though where the door is being kicked down. So we have like a lot more females that are pushing that door down and making space for other female artists to come in. Notably the Spice, the Shensia, a couple of the other ones that you mentioned earlier.
Right.
And this is basically dancehall. When we refer to hip hop, we have the Cardi B's, the Megan Thee Stallion. This is my opinion. But I don't think like artists like those are as talented as people make them seem. But just because of the era of social media, that's why they have blown up and are what they are today. And as a result of that, it makes it a lot easier for these females to come into the industry, just because all you need is a bunch of followers, or make a couple TikTok video and you blow up. And you may not even have aspired to be like a big artist. You may have just been like a bathroom artist, I should say. But because you create like a fan base of maybe one viral song, then you think about it and you're like, oh, maybe I could do this. Maybe I could be an artist. So bring it back to Megan Thee Stallion. Maybe she was an aspiring artist. I don't know. She was in college and everything, but she blew up on TikTok in COVID, and then from there, she's this big thing. And I don't think she's the most talented artist, I should say, but the industry has opened up so that even the people that we don't think are as talented can come into the industry, which makes it easier for them to just break in. So yeah.
Question. Do record labels find male acts easier to manage than female acts?
I would say yes. Just because how females are. Like, we're very sensitive as it pertains to a lot of things. So you may not like a particular artist over there, and you don't wanna do a song with them. You know what I mean? I think it's easier for you to control men, just because in this situation, they're not as egoistic as women. It's
Right.
hard for females to get along in real life, and I think in the artist business. Men, you guys don't make anything bother you much. Like if a music music with females, it's kind of different sometimes. Like you see like a Spice and a Shensia. Um, in real time, I don't know if they get along or if they
Right.
like each other. But it's because of how the industry was before. It's hard for them to get where they want to go, and so when someone is on top, they feel as though they don't want to collaborate with nobody because I'm gonna collaborate with this artist. Maybe she might take my shine. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
in instances like that, that's how I look at it. That sometimes it's harder for the whomever is managing them to manage like both. Like both females.
Right. Okay. So, do you think females aren't supporting other females artists enough? Do you think that there could be more support from females since that there's so many women in the world and there's probably more women that consume music than men?
Absolutely, teamwork make the dream work. Of course. Like if say for instance, I break out as an artist, and if I see other artists down there that's talented, and they might not have, may not be of my caliber at the time, but me know them talented. I know that together we can create like a more stronger, a stronger diaspora of artists. And of course, why wouldn't you? We all know teamwork make the dream work sometimes. So if when you remove ego aside from all of that, you'd be surprised what they could do together. You know what I mean? But sometimes one person just want to dominate all the time and want to be the it factor at the moment. So, yeah.
So I keep hearing that a lot of guys say they tell me they don't listen female songs like that. Like as far as like hip hop or dancehall, maybe they'll eat some of them. They don't even dabble into the R&B, which R&B is more likely you'd have more people listening females in that section, for singing and stuff. But a lot of guys tell me that straight up, I don't listen female rappers, I don't listen female DJs. So my question is, why do you think that men don't listen female artists?
I'll probably need to ask Amanda, but Amanda. But let's use Babe for say. So I wouldn't say he don't listen to the woman act. It's just a few songs, like specific songs. Then I think women sing about like under them too much and it's something. Oh my gosh, can I say that? Like it's because of how the songs are written, I guess. But you wanna like I can understand why a man would sing some female songs. You know what I mean? Like I can definitely understand just because of the topic of the song or like what the song what's the word? Like what's the song about? Like you don't want to hear a man I sing more like Spice sing the underneath clean. You don't want to hear a man I sing him underneath clean. So it's just songs like that. Like if the song is streamlined to the point where a man can relate to the song and sing up, then they can sing it. But like some of these songs, men not gonna sing it just because of what the song connotates. Like you can probably sing like one of them Tanya Stevens song there. If it's like it's a pity, like well then again probably not. You could change the words and sing it. But just because of what the female songs are very sexualized, talking about body parts, all of that stuff. So that's one of the reasons why sometimes I think, my opinion again, that's one of the reasons why some men don't really, sing it.
But I think so. Don't a lot of men love to hear that raunchy stuff?
Yeah, but about like not that way. You know what I mean? Like men very domineering sometimes. So them want to say them I say whatever. Them no one. Like I don't know how to explain it, but I think you get where I'm going with this. Like,
but let me ask you
based
something.
on that,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was like, based on like what the songs are about, it's hard for them to actually like be singing. They'll probably sing it by themselves or be listening to it by themselves, but like in public, they probably wouldn't, just because.
Okay, but the fact that you brought that up, it makes it begs me to ask the next question. Do women
Hmm.
that portray themselves as sex symbols have a better chance to break out?
I mean, sex sells. That's why they do
Mm.
it. You think all women want to go to do that? Sex sells, and that's the industry that we're in. Like the industry paints women as sexual symbols, and so that's why they have to always do that. It's the
Mm.
woman that can go the most, the woman that can wear the less clothes, the woman that can sing about their and describe what they wanted. Like those are the women that are pushed to the forefront. Look at Mulatto, like what Lotto. She's
Lotto,
Lotto
yeah.
now, but I watched her. I watched her on the rap team. I've been watching Lotto since she was a kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now you look at her. She don't look like her age just because she had to go get the butt done, the boobs done, and all of this thing done. And she's so talented.
Yeah.
Best believe she can outrun some of these rappers that you have here, the Cardi B's, the the Megan Thee Stallion. Like put Lotto to the test. She can do that. Like she can write. She can write.
She
But
does
she
have
has to
bars.
sing. Yeah, she got bars, like bars for days. But she has to like I don't know, reduce some of that stuff to the whole sexualization of women. You know what I mean? So that's how the industry paints women. Like that's what they used to sell us in the
So,
industry. We have
so
so many talented women. Even some of these women that I think are not as talented, they probably are talented, but it's just what's being sold to represent the woman in the industry. So.
So, all right. So there's Falco brought up something earlier when I was speaking to him,
Mhm.
and that's what this question is based off. As he talked about, you know, a lot. He brought up that there's a lot of men don't want their women to go in the studio and thing because they're like, oh yo, the industry go already and thing when you got people studio with a bag of man and thing. So this
Mhm.
begs the question:
Yeah.
do female performers worry about sexual advances from producers and record execs?
I would think so.
Mm.
So I'm not in the industry, so I don't know what it's like. I can only speak from what I see after watching like love and hip hop and like hearing from other people. And then Falco, he's in the studio, so he knows what it's about. He
Right, right.
knows what an experience is like for a woman. And from what I've watched and what I've heard, absolutely. Like you can imagine you are one of them look good woman they are going to studio and every man they eye upon you and them now will give you the break unless you can service. Can
Right,
you imagine? So who
right,
knows?
right.
Like we've probably missed out on so much talent just because of that. You know, like just because of that. Not every woman is me. When no one never say, it not gonna work. You know, but some women they want to make it so that's the only thing they have. Like this is the end game for them. Music is what it is. So at the end of the day, them are gonna do what them have to do to get there. You know what I mean? But then you probably have other talented artists that's not going to succumb to that. So they're gonna be like, oh no, like for instance, like sometimes I look at Shensia, like I'm like, ooh, she have an awesome manager, Ramesh, like he's there, he's pushing her, he's whatever. But don't people not? I'm pretty sure a lot of people probably think like, I wonder if that happens, just to get out there.
Yeah.
So I think they need to clean that up. I think they need to like females be heard. We have so much talented females out there that we probably never heard just because them now go advance and them now succumb to the whole giving up something in order to get the bus or get the break.
Right.
But that's what they paint the industry as. That's what I've observed, I've heard, and I've watched on TV. I don't know if that's what it is because, as I said before, I'm not in the music industry, so I don't know what it is in real time, in real life. But from what we've seen, that's what it is. Like you have to give up something to get something. Like a lot of women, I think, get used in that case about like Tanya Stevens talked about her story too. She was one of them that talks about like what it was like being in. It started out young in the industry,
Right.
so it's things like that. And it's coming from the horse's mouth. It's coming from her. So can you imagine all the other people that don't talk about it, that don't say a thing because they're so embarrassed? So the industry needs to clean up, man.
This man that you're looking at right now, you would be surprised how important he is to the future of dancehall music. Um, I don't know. I have this thing about me. There's a lot of artists that I saw them when they were just going in the game, and getting their foot in the game. And I called, if I could have bet on them to where their career would go, I would be a billionaire right now. This is one of the guys, as far as he's a producer, he's a beat maker, right? And his future is so bright that he probably doesn't even know how bright his future is right now. But I'm here to basically establish that, to let him know that, hey man, people are seeing what's going on, dude. And he might make moves. You know what I mean? This guy is responsible for some of the biggest songs, some of the biggest rhythm them, right? That you're hearing in mainstream dancehall right now. I'm gonna quote a few of them. With Valiant, right? Valiant's breakout song, Into the Beat. Into the Beat. It's called North Carolina. You guys could go look it up. Wicked piece of beat. Him do it, right? Chronicler, Still a Bleed, right? Him do the beat, right? Big song. Jashi, 25-8. Him do the beat. And there's a lot more. I'm sure he has a lot that hasn't even been released at this point. That it's probably like, you know, what is it? G13 classified. He can't even talk about it at this point. People, welcome to the live. BL Boss. BL Boss.
Yeah,
BL Boss.
Respect for having me, Kado.
Yo, man, listen, man. I'm happy for having you here, bro. Bro, just want to tell you, bro, I'm proud of you, dog. Know what I mean? And I have a lot of respect for you, and I respect your grind like crazy. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, man, respect, man.
bro, people, you know the first time I hear about BL Boss, let me tell you how I heard about BL. It was through Vasto. BL Boss did a beat for Vasto, right? And Vasto put out the song, and I'm like, yo, Vasto, that hard. But yo, who do the beat too? And I was just like, I was harping on it. I was like, bro, Vasto, you have to go tell me who do the beat. And him tell me, say, oh, BL Boss. So I made the link. Find out this dude is really talented, man. So may I forget props. You know what I mean? And honestly, I don't think the people that make the beats, and you can see what going on in a dancehall right now with the whole controversy and stuff like that, right? Different controversy. I don't think that the people that are playing the music, they don't get enough recognition. So I'm gonna be the one, if it's only me alone, me I go give them on them props. And if there's any more man, you know what I mean, where I do the damn thing, you know what I mean, in a dancehall right now, man, inbox me, bro. Let's get it popping. You know what I mean? Let me give y'all a platform and give y'all that highlight, because you guys are on that trajectory to just sky's the limit. And when I say sky's the limit, it's not just dancehall, bro. It's not just dancehall. That's why I'm saying that. So, you know what I mean? Better too much talking. Bill. Yo. Where are you from? Share the live. Where are you from originally?
Alright, well, I was born in Kingston, but I grew up in Westmoreland. Yeah, so I can say I'm a country youth.
Nothing wrong, bro. Nothing wrong, because I guess what I'm not. Yeah, I forgot a country before you got a town. You know, town. Remember I said town?
Yeah.
Town built up last, you know. Remember I said Spanish town was the capital before. No disrespect. At Kingston, I'm born to still, no, but I grew a country. But so no disrespect to the town man, them. We don't know the thing go, but we don't know all of the little garrison them in Jamaica. When they check the grandparents and everything, when I come from country still. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, man.
you know what I mean? So what age did you move from Kingston?
But I was very young enough. Like I was like 4, 5 when I moved from Kingston, so I didn't really remember much. Most of my memories came from in the country, Westmoreland.
Okay.
Grew up in Hanover a little bit too. So Westmoreland and Hanover.
Yeah, that was about my age when I moved to,
Mm-hmm.
I have memories, but they're vague, you know what I mean? But
Okay.
when I become big man now and them thing, then when I grew up, once I grew up, start teenage and stuff, then start venture back in a town and thing, and learn the runnings and the thing, because Jamaica is like a small place. You have to go back into the town. That's where everything in the town, or if the people, so
Yeah.
yeah, and stuff. If you want to do your passport, stuff like that, and you want to go in person, and you have to go through like an attorney or like a agent or stuff like that. Whole heap of things, All right.
Yeah, most I think in that town.
Excuse me. Yeah, man. All right. So tell me about your early life, bro. Tell us about your early life. Like what was it like being BL Boss growing up?
My early life was good, Put aside a good childhood. Parents, I have to big up my parents for that, all the time. A good childhood. Went to Manning School, got a decent upbringing from there as well. And then from there, so went to the University of the West Indies, where I studied biochemistry. But while I was at
Hold on.
Monroe College,
Yes, sir. What? Biochemistry?
yeah, yeah, man.
Oh, so okay. So it's a maths brain.
Well, something like that, not fully. Try a thing,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Okay.
But I started high school at Manning School. I spent 6 years there. And my seventh year at Monroe College, that's when I started getting into music production.
You say yes. Your seventh year.
Yeah, at Monroe. So I was in upper sixth form.
Oh, so that's when you. So you never touched music until that. What you would have been? I don't know, maybe 17, 18 by then.
Yeah, yeah. But then time I started music. I never really had the only musical thing I used to involve myself in was virtual DJ. I did mess around with that for a little bit, but I wasn't too interested. But growing up, I always listened to music. I've always been a big fan of music. Every all types of genres, all types of genres of music.
What would you say is like your biggest influence in music as far
My
as
biggest
genre?
influence.
As far as genre.
That would be hip hop, because of the diversity that they can have in hip hop. They have several different types of hip hop
Now,
music.
when you say hip hop now, because look, since the past 10 years since trap came in, I feel like the 90s 2000s hip hop has just like the flair has been just been the flair just flew away basically, and now everybody's just 808. So I guess my question is, were you like a trap baby, or you got some of the like the 50 Cent, Ja Rule, and Mobb Deep and Jada Kiss and Tupac, Biggie, that Jay-Z, that type of vibe as far as influences as well?
I would say trap, trap because trap and another genre I can remember now that I really enjoyed listening to was EDM. When in the early 2010s when EDM it just started boom up with your
Ma-
Marshmello, Martin Garrix and them and the
Major Lazer and that
Jade.
stuff.
Yeah man, yeah man. I really enjoyed that kind of music. So actually started making those types of beats first, the EDM one them, but it didn't sound too good at the time. Some of this, I saw a lot of trap tutorials on YouTube, many of them. So I said, "Alright, let me try this one and see how that
Yeah.
turn out. You know?
So do you remember? Do you remember your first beat?
Yeah, yeah. I don't think I have to dig deep to find it though.
Oh, you have it.
I think so. I think so. It's in a Dropbox somewhere on my laptop.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah.
How do you go back and was like do you remember it enough to know if it was good, or is it something you're like, nah, that's trash?
Well, 99% of my beats back then were trash, to be honest. But,
Hold on, nah,
but,
stop. Nah, you ain't gonna stop, bro. Stop. Nah,
yeah,
you ain't gonna say that, bro. Stop.
yeah.
You said
I mean,
99%. Why are you kidding me, bro?
really, from compared to now, back then,
Oh,
I have to be
okay,
relative, I have to be
okay.
honest with myself. But the story of how I started making beats when I was at Monroe. I saw this random video on my YouTube. Genius Deconstructed on YouTube.
No, I'm not familiar.
All right, so Genius, the website that has all the lyrics
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I
and
know Genius. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, they have a YouTube channel and they have a section called Deconstructed, where several big producers deconstruct and break down them famous songs, basically how they made the beat. And I
Yeah,
watched one of them, and in my mind I was saying like, I didn't know it was so easy to make beats.
yeah.
I know it use a software and a laptop and things. I thought it was you need a whole studio.
So you weren't in a band in high school or anything like that.
No, 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 no. I didn't have any musical background really in high school.
So um how did you learn? How did you learn? Well, tempo, and how did you learn how to find the key, or how to the key
Through
stay in the key?
through through countless hours of practice, and watching tutorials. That's one of the best ways to learn. Just watch other people better than you and just keep doing it every day. You get me?
How long did it
'Cause-
take when you were when you started to build your beats at first?
yeah.
How long did it take you to find out that you need to build the beats in a specific key and stick to the keys?
Well, a couple months, a couple months because well, with my software that I use, it's easy. It's quite easy to stay in key because of the features that the software has. But before I knew about that, I was just play by ear, and if it sounds good, it sounds good. Even if a little keys were off,
Yeah, yeah.
but I think I was stuck with it the same way. Yeah, but it took me a couple months to really stick to staying in key.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's honestly, just from my perspective as somebody that make beats as well. That's one of the
Mm.
biggest hurdles a lot of people face when they open up that Fruity Loops or open up that Reason or Logic Pro, whatever you use to make beats. That's the biggest hurdle that a lot of people can't get around. They have ideas and stuff. They could play stuff, interesting
Mm.
stuff, but they just haven't got over the hurdle of, hey, just remember, whatever key you play, it must be in key. It must be in key.
Yeah.
So whatever the key, you need to first establish the key of the song, right?
Mm.
And
Yeah.
then
Exactly. Exactly.
play the notes that match the key of the song. So that's very
Exactly.
important.
Yeah, another pitfall most beginners fall into, is the 808s them.
Yeah,
Sometimes they themselves come in different keys. Like for example, a A or a B, and you're playing in C. So you have to go in the 808 and tune it. More people don't do that. So
yeah,
they know that they made it. Even if it's on the right key on the piano roll, it
yeah,
still goes sound off. Yes, that's a big thing that most people should pay attention to as well.
yeah. Especially if you're playing the 808, and then you're pitching it up and down and stuff like that. Then
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
yeah. And I heard like your beats, you have a lot of. I know you use a lot of pitching up and down, which is, I think that's a dope sound. You know what I mean? So,
Mm.
and you seem to have like kind of mastered that, which I think that's pretty cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
All
my
right.
respect.
So all right. So who were the producers or beat makers that you looked up to? Coming up in the industry.
All right, so for dancehall, I remember watching some tutorials on YouTube. I don't remember the names right now, but I always looked up to producers like, I can't say no. Not Nice is one of them.
Yeah, man.
That nice.
Yeah.
And who else? The thing with Jamaican producers that I believe should change as well. They don't really like to share their process a lot. You know, so it's hard for me to recall them now. Trap, I can just name them at the top of my head now, you know, because up to now they still share their process, but Jamaicans, the dancehall producers, it's quite difficult. I was supposed to to Trap until I can remember the others. But Trap, Nick Mira, Cody, Metro Boomin,
Metro, yeah.
Wheezy, yeah,
Wheezy, yeah.
Wheezy, uh, yeah, those are the main ones who take inspiration from.
No, what about the
Boy
old?
Wonder.
Oh, okay. What about the older? Yeah, the old. I was about to say, what about the older guys? You know what I mean, like
Oh,
Timberland,
yeah, man. Timbaland, them, man.
yeah,
Yeah. Dr. Dre. Yeah.
Dr. Dre.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Swiss,
man.
Swiss
Definitely.
Beats.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because that,
Yeah, all of them. I try to take out from all of them.
see, I grew up on those guys, the older guys. I'm a little older. I'm 33. How old are you, by the way?
24.
Okay, so you're like I'm like 9 years your senior, so I'm a little older.
Mm-hmm.
So I grew up on like the older guys, like those are the guys that I looked up to growing. But you know, I was always like I always had my ears to the basically to the airwaves and stuff. So all those guys that you just made, Sunny Digital, that's one of them that you didn't name.
Oh,
Metro,
yeah, man. Yeah, man.
yeah, Metro
Yeah.
Boomin, all of them, man. That we you know, I was onto their stuff as well. You know what I mean? Funny, some of those guys even start even after like I like even started to even do music, you know, but they just, you know what I mean, they just went with it and took off, you know. So it's not when you start, it's how serious you are and how willing you are to put in the work to get to that next level. And you know what I mean, man, producers are pop up like every day, bro, like every day, you know what I mean, which is, I think that's cool, you know. And I think that dancehall also is, it's in a different space. I know they're saying that like, okay, well, no money now making a dancehall, no money now making a dancehall. I beg to differ, bro, because I feel like now with the internet and distribution at people's fingertips, I think that the world is more open now for a lot of young producers like you know what I mean, and myself to actually make money, you know what I mean, whether we're working together, working with other producers, or whether we're doing projects by our own on ourselves, you know what I mean? So, you know, it's all about definitely, you know, and it's unlike back in the day when there was like a handful of producers in the whole industry, and they literally had the gate to the distribution. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, distribution was literally a store that you go buy a CD or you go buy a record, and they had right. And in order for your record to make it on a certain shelf, even to make it in the store, you have to be able to. Sometimes you have to pay the person that owned the record store to make to put your records in certain places so that the customer could see it. So the game has changed a lot. The game has changed a lot. Now, you know, you make your stuff, you put it on the you work with a distributor, whether it be name a couple 1RPM, right? DistroKid, TuneCore. Man, there's like so many distributors, and they, you know, they have some Jamaican distributors as well. You know what I mean, for whoever works with them. You put your music out on there, you copyright your music, you sign up with a PRO, you get a publisher, and you're good, you know what I mean? You're good to go, you know what I mean? You make money from all angles, you know? All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, go ahead, man, yeah. All right, so I mean, I know you do like dancehall, and from what I hear, you do a lot of trap dancehall, you know, like the new style of dancehall. That's basically, I would say that's kind of your sound right now, but do you like do other genres and stuff like that?
Yeah, man. I always try to diversify my catalog, you know. I do drill, I do, even up to recently now, I'm doing Afrobeats and Amapiano. You know?
Oh, you Afrobeats. Okay, that's what's up. Young badness. Tell me something. Tell me how my audio sounds. I'm hearing that my audio is kind of low. I just want to make sure that we fix that, guys. How's my audio? Young Badness says, volume please. Peeps, tell me on my audio. Hold on, Brandon. Hold on, BL. Hold on. Oh, okay. Okay, so I guess my audio was low. What about BL Boss audio? How's BL Boss audio? Make sure we get this right, bro.
Yeah, man. Let me know if mine is alright.
Okay. It looks like we're both good. I'm gonna keep my eye on the chat just to make sure. Big up yourself, Young Badness, man. Thank you so much for pointing that out, man. All right, cool. All right, let's move forward. All right, so we spoke about the genres. You said you did Afro beats. You said you did trap dancehall, and you said you did hip hop, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's and drill. Okay, that's what's up. What type of drill?
The regular UK drill and New York drill as well.
Oh, okay. New York have about 3 different type of drill. Which one?
The fast smoke one.
Oh, that's the Brooklyn drill.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, you got the Bronx drill. You probably have, you know what I mean? You have the Bronx drill right now. Oh yeah, you have that's K Flock and them guys. They do the Bronx drill. You know what I mean? Yeah, and you probably have like a Harlem drill. You know what I mean? By this point, you probably have Queens drill at this point. You know?
Oh, I didn't know that. I just thought there was a thing there.
Yeah. I'm hearing that I'm louder than you. So let me see my audio. I might just touch my audio down a little bit just to make sure, you know. You don't know, as studio engineer and them type of, you know, I have to make sure so audio good. We can't make the thing look really out there. How's that? BL volume is low. Alright, let me see if I can fix your volume.
Mine is low. You can increase mine, or do I need to talk louder?
Okay, I got you. No, I just increased it. Guys, how's my volume and how's his volume? Okay, I think the comments are a little bit late. I just turned your volume up. Say something, Bill.
Yeah, testing. Up.
Testing. Guys, tell me how BL's volume is and tell me how my volume is.
Testing. Volume check.
Volume check. All right, let's keep going. We're not cool it up. All right, boom. So, all right, just curious. How did you come up with the idea for BL? Give me a sound test, BL. I think the comments are a little bit late because you just did testing.
Yeah. Oh, I'd say it's sounding better.
How I'd say it's sounding better. I'm hearing that I have I have an echo. Okay, so let me see here. All right, guys, how's my volume now? Is my volume better? I think I know what happened because one of my mics, it's a condenser mic, it's a directional mic, so because I'm not talking directly into it, it might be a little bit lower. Okay, so I think this is late. Howard said that your echo low. Your echo now. Okay. That might be late. Guys, tell me how it is. Hold on, let me. BL audio low. But that was before. How is audio?
I think mine is good now.
Okay, so Young Badness say you're gov. No, KWMG. Alright, cool. I think we're straight, guys. Alright, let's move on. Alright, so the people that want to know, bro. How did you come up with the idea for North Carolina? Like the beat. Like take us through how that was created.
Alright. So if I could, I don't know where the project file is now, so that's where you're right now. But the original name of the beat was Shanghai Rhythm because I got a lot of Chinese vibe from it, to get me. So I started with a piano, a basic chord progression, and then I just shift the notes them a little bit. And then that's the foundation basically. Da, 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 da. Yeah, that. And then the flute. I think the flute is what catches most people's attention.
Yeah.
That came from a flute phrase plugin.
Yeah.
So I just click in one note and then just play the phrase. And I added a violin
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so the flute plus the violin gives you that Asian sound.
It does
Which
kind of sound Asian. Yeah.
yeah. So when I make my beats, I try to put one or two elements in there that you don't really hear in the mainstream beats.
Right.
So I did that, and I believe for the drums now, for the drums, I went a little crazy on the drums. So
Yeah.
I was doubtful if it would really get voiced on. I just made that beat just for enjoyment, you know. So when I heard Valiant on it, I heard Valiant song months before it even dropped. And
Yeah.
first I was like, alright, it's a vibe. I didn't know it was a hit back then, but that's the thing with hits, you know, you never know until it happens.
Yeah, you were a bit creative with the drums because usually trap dancehall, the drums them have a lot more space. The drum pattern have a lot more
Pull it up,
space.
let's pull it up.
Yeah, yeah. But it worked, you know what I mean? Because it's different, you know? It's
Yeah.
it's different. And sometimes you have to dare to be different. Sometimes you might do something and it might sound unorthodox, but
Mm.
and you might like, nah, I need to change this. Sometimes you have to just let it, bro, and just make it run.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Cause you never know it. Maybe if you space up the drums them some more, it wouldn't have that punch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It wouldn't have that punch, bro. Like I remember, like I was in Jamaica in October, right, 2022 October, and everywhere I go, I'm just hearing, "Na, na, 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 na," and I'm like, yo, that song out bad. I didn't know that. At that time I didn't even know that you did that beat. But it was hard. I was just like, this is a hard song. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
So yo, nah, for real, like really good job on that, bro. You know what I mean? Like you killed that. You know what I mean? Uh, how long did it take you to build the beat for Chronic Claws Still a Bleed?
It didn't take me long, you know. How that beat came about was I made the loop first. Sample. So the keys, so it consisted of piano, bass guitar, which was another different element I added. I didn't hear that in that. The vocal chop and the guitar. So four elements basically. So I made that loop and I just let it stay there for a couple, like a week or two, just make it marinate. I wasn't really touching it. Because I make melodies, you know, I make melodies as well, I just leave them sometimes. I don't feel like adding drums.
Yeah.
One day I just decided to just add drums on it. I mean, take me like 10 minutes to add the drums because it was just a basic drum pattern.
Yeah.
So if I was to sit down and make the melody and the drums, I would call it like probably an hour to make that rhythm, you know?
Collectively, with all the time that you spent on it.
Yeah, okay.
Wow. That's a good beat, you know what I mean? Still a bleed, still a bleed. You know, that's a good. And then that was the same beat for Joshy's 25-8, which is big song, bro. Like big song. I mean, still a bleed. I think Joshy 25-8 maybe have like what 20 million views on YouTube right now.
About that, you know, about that.
Right? And that's just on one video. That's just on the main video. Like that's not even like what people re-uploaded and stuff. Same with Still a Bleed. I think Still a Bleed. I don't remember what is it, like 10 million or something like that.
I think it passed 10 million.
Past 10 million. Wow. So these things are 10 million, right? And that's just off the main video, basically. That's not counting the views that it got for everybody that re-uploaded it, basically.
No.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah, this is Carlos, man. Up and ready.
My God! My God!
Yeah, man. There, man. Very, very, very interesting topic, bro. You know, very interesting and controversial topic. You know. Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully, I will not hear a lot of females' perspective on this topic as well, too, because based on the
Yeah.
nature of it, and that I would like to think it has affected a lot of females at large. So,
Right.
I mean,
Right.
hopefully, I mean, I'm just being that I'm the male who call it now, like just like you know, other females like give their 2 cents, but I'm not gonna hold up the time, bro. Just gonna give my 2 cents and let you know what I think about it. So, I mean,
No
the
man, go
world
and
know.
talk man. Go and talk man, cause you always have some good things to say now, you know what I mean? We have time man. If me stop, when me stop it man. Go and talk man, nothing wrong.
Okay. All right. So as we all know, bro, the world know R. Kelly, and I also know R. Kelly as an icon. He is a producer, a songwriter. He was also lauded as the king of R&B, and he has sold numerous records
Right.
due to the work that he has put in his career,
Right.
and we have lived to see the legacy that he has built based on his years in this music business.
Right.
And it is so sad that to see a man like R. Kelly who have created such a legacy in his career, and he has gone on a path where he's no longer with us. I mean, he's still with us because he's alive, but he's now in a different home. You know, somewhere where they call prison because of his predicament and the situation that he has been through with those females.
My God.
So, I'm seeing a topic about we think that whether or not R. Kelly is still relevant in this era, in respect of what he has been through. But I think R. Kelly name will still lives on, regardless of what he has been through. But there is
In
still
what way though? In what way though?
I mean, his name will live on, because they say they have this thing what they say about music. They say when music hits, you feel no pain. So if we if the music of R. Kelly will live on, and given the fact that R. Kelly's music, R. Kelly and his music is basically one in us. Sometimes people will say you separate the art from the person, but R. Kelly is the creator of his music. So if you listen to R. Kelly music, you in a nutshell, it's like you're listening to you're hearing R. Kelly. So that's R. Kelly's voice. It's almost like Bob Marley. Bob Marley is no longer with us, but Bob Marley music still plays on. So you're still hearing Bob Marley. So regardless of what happens, that is things that R. Kelly name, his name will still resonate. Whether it be about his good music or about his predicament that he has been through. So each time you hear an R. Kelly song, it probably will create a dialogue. People
Right.
will say, all right, that same guy who has been through like a lot of sex scandal with numerous females. It will always create a discussion, because recently I was listening or watching an interview where some ladies were talking about, they were asking if they still listen to R. Kelly music, and they basically said, of course, they listen to R. Kelly music because, like, there's like, I think the lady said that, normally, like, if you're, like, driving your car and you might feel like, oh, I want to have a different moment. I want to have, like, a soul moment, an R&B moment. And they will just reach out and just find some R. Kelly songs and listen to them. Regardless of what, at the time when they said that they're listening to R. Kelly songs, they're not thinking about what he has been through with those females. They're just having a good time and just trying to free their mind, So I guess in that regard, we tend to feel like some people will still choose to listen to R. Kelly's music because they're trying to stimulate their mind and they're trying to have a good time. Because it's just like, as I said, it's just music and as usual, When you're thinking about listening to music, I can speak about for myself, though. If I'm going to listen to a song based on the situation or the mood that I'm in, I will listen to the song because at the end of the day, I'm not thinking about what that person has been through. But I know that in America, it's a different situation.
So
Once you have, go ahead.
Let finish that talk and I'll ask the question after.
Yeah, in America, I know that it's totally different. Once you have been through like a certain scandal, and more large, like something like a sex scandal where like a number of females, especially young, like females are affected. Right. Trust me, that's a stain on your life, a stain on your name for life, and you're gonna be disbanded, and your music is gonna be like no longer be supported by people. So I think so that was a situation that's the situation that R. Kelly is facing right now. So I can understand why, But for me though, I was supporting it based on what he was based on the alleged accusations again. Even though he's convicted, I mean, I don't want to like to say, you know, like, him do a lot of other things. I don't want to like to bring myself enough of a discussion because, I mean, there's a lot more to it. And I think as we speak, he's still, I think there are still some cases against R. Kelly, which he's still facing. So I'll leave that for right now. But
So,
for me though, I'm not like avid like R&B like R. Kelly listener. But I mean, if the opportunity presents itself, I feel like I say, hey, I want to listen to a song. I'll definitely listen to a R. Kelly song.
question.
Regardless of situation. Go ahead.
Well, not question, but just looking at the chat here, CJ Facey says artists are not role models. What say you about that?
Artists are not role models.
Do you think that applies to R. Kelly and his music?
Alright.
Or do you think that doesn't matter? That's flawed?
Alright, as I said before, now, you say, alright, it just depends on you and what you are looking for as an individual. Because if you look at an artist as a role model, it all depends on the direction that you're looking for in your life. If you're looking to achieve like a goal, they say, alright, you achieve like you want to be like it's like a musical goal, or you're going to a certain time in your life where you're looking for motivation, or you're looking for inspiration, then I think you're gonna turn towards the music that kind of help to support, to guide you, you know, and make you feel like it's different within yourself. Because you say, all right, based on the situation that I'm going through right now, this is the music that heals me. It's almost like a therapy you're looking for. That's what I was trying to say. You're looking for a therapy, so you'll turn towards that music. So I guess in that sense, if you're going through like a bad day or you're looking for motivation and you turn to R. Kelly, then I would think in that sense you might be looking to R. Kelly as your motivator or your role model. But if you're saying if artist is a role model though, it all depends on the artist though. You know, it all depends on artists and their purpose. I don't necessarily think that all artists are role model because artists they go out there and they entertain and they sing songs. You know, and they sing songs at the time they are entertaining. So when they're entertaining, I don't necessarily think that they might think that you know, let's tell she and our Tom said this is how they're supposed to live. You know, I don't think that's really the
So you don't think, as just curious, you don't think artists has just even some level of social responsibility? I'm not saying that it should be all on them, but don't you think that they have some level of social responsibility with regard to the things that they're saying and maybe the way out, you know, the things that they're doing?
All right, so I think they have a responsibility to a certain extent, though, you know, because if you think about it, all right, to a certain extent, because if you're a parent for your child or children, right? The thing is that whatever they listen to is gonna be dependent upon you, right? So if say within your house you have your rules and regulations that say that certain music we can't listen to that in my house. So there's no way your child can listen to that. But of course we live in an era right now which part everybody have access to the internet, everybody have a phone, and can go there and listen to music. So in that sense, the artist music is already out there. And even though most of the music out there is not like you're rated like PG, not like a movie where the movie is rated PG-13 or they might say, this nudity or it's not for kids. I mean, kids will always get access to those, especially the impressionable mind. They're going to get access to this kind of music. So in that sense, like, it is out there. It is out there, you know, but I don't like when the artist creating music, you must say, all right, kids can listen to it. All right, it's out there. It's just entertainment. The artist is just trying to entertain. So, I mean, there should be some level of responsibility, but I don't think that we should have this, like, banter and artists to say, all right, you know what, like, you are certainly responsible for the lifestyle of the youngster more large. And I think the parents should have a lot more control in that sense. So that's what I think.
So, all right. So with that said, right, I guess when I ask the question, do people still listen to R. Kelly? Then I guess the question is yes then.
And people still listen to R. Kelly? Yeah, people still listen to R. Kelly. There are going to be people out there who is like, that guy has done so many wrongs to females, and we don't listen to his music, but behind closed doors, a lot of them are still listening to R. Kelly. I just think that, but you have a lot of people who openly say that they listen to R. Kelly.
Yes, behind closed doors.
Yes, yes. Well, some of them young kids they might be listen to R. Kelly songs. Oh, of course. So sometimes it's a lot of people moral compass in Tristan. It kind of it. I would like to think that it only it varies. Or it varies like based on the situation that they're in. They might think, oh, I don't think more or less the R. Kelly, I said, but they might choose to say, all right, when them go out, I like then the other session they might say, oh, I want to hear some R. Kelly. Well, they might then in another situation I might say, all right, I want to listen to R. Kelly when they lock it down the room or anything. This is just my moment. So people just like to beat like an artist down, or especially when they feel like I say it at the best time for them do it. But in our kind of situation though, I really don't think that like other people have a body have a long stick against R. Kelly for everything. You still have big fan out there who would think that R. Kelly music is still be listening. I'm not really an R. Kelly fan, so don't get me wrong.
I guess my question is, when you really like a certain type of music, how do you fall out of liking or fall out of love with that music? Is there like a switch you can turn off, or you just choose to say, you know what, I'm just not gonna listen to this because I don't want to support this guy?
All right. Yeah, I know it depends still. It depends because you see, like if it's a song I really love, I mean, I want to sound like I say like my careless. I don't really like. I don't like me have no feelings in it with the victims or
right.
What that
of course not. Of course not.
Yeah, the thing is that though, I mean, like if I really like a song, I like a song. I tell you the truth. And irregardless of what the person has been, I still listen to that music because it's not like I am directly affected by what R. Kelly has done. So I will still listen to this song. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a fan of R. Kelly though. I knew a couple of his songs, but I'm not like, I will get myself, all right, I'm going to get up and listen to R. Kelly song, but I'm listening to songs and do it, you get me? But not really a fan, per se. And I could compare, like, even in Jamaica, they have a lot of artists out here who, like, they've been through other situations and, like, the big names and things. Some of them gone to prison and, them have bad man songs and anything. But we just have a moment and I say, all right, so feel like some gangster music more here. Irregardless if the artist gone to prison, that has nothing to do with me. I have nothing to do with this one, listen to music. I have nothing to do with the artist gone through and like that. You have certain words in a song, but I've been really take them things like lightly do. Certain things that you not really get me to sing it. And I say it because I feel like certain words we put forward in the music is very powerful. So I feel like don't say it. But
yeah.
I just don't go ahead and say, I'm going to disband an artist because of what they're going through. No, that is not my duty. I will not do that.
So I get that one of the questions was, can you separate music from personal life of an artist?
Alright, interesting. When I come back down to R. Kelly, I was listening to the entire documentary about R. Kelly. And his wife was saying that like a lot of people know R. Kelly, but they don't know Robert Kelly. Right. Robert Kelly and R. Kelly are two different persons. Because of course she's the wife of R. Kelly, so she can boldly make that statement,
Right.
So but me and you don't know anything about the Robert Kelly as what she talk about. But we know R. Kelly as a musician. I'm just using R. Kelly in this case as an example, so just to answer the question.
Right.
We know R. Kelly as the artist. So what I'm thinking though, R. Kelly has put out so many good songs this far. Make it feel so good, and a lot of people feel so good and like it. Some of them are very inspirational, especially I Believe I Can Fly and all these songs,
Okay.
And we look at R. Kelly in such a way as this icon and him like him touch a lot of lives and all these things. So like we have him as this person in high regards. But on the other hand, that is just the R. Kelly persona. The R. Kelly persona, because in the music and in touch people's life and people have him as this great icon. So of course there's a difference between the persona and the Robert Kelly in that regard. So just to answer your question, I think you can separate the two. You know, come from that. And the reason why I say I can separate the two, because in this case I only know about R. Kelly and R. Kelly's music. I don't know about his lifestyle, the life that he's living at his home with his wife and his kids and his family. I don't know anything about that. So of course there's a difference.
Right.
So you can separate the two. But when it comes down to do like the artist or the person actually putting themselves in trouble. I don't think like if a man go kill somebody, bro, you can't go say, oh, the artist killed somebody, you know, or actually killed somebody, one person, because it's not like this acting. Because remember, when you have the music, and that's almost like you're acting, bro. You know, like you sing song, you act, but when it comes down to you, go to some real life situation like whether or not you go out and you destroy people's lives and you molest females and those kind of things. That is a different. Me not go look on you and say, oh, that's not R. Kelly. That's still an R. Kelly career, bro. That's the question you're trying to ask. That's still an R. Kelly career and him brand entire. Whether or not you want to look on him as Robert or you want to look on him as R. Kelly, because the moment you get yourself involved in those kind of activities, brother, which part you are like, you're molesting females sexually. That is good. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is gonna be. Go ahead.
Yeah, but you know, because I watched the Surviving R. Kelly documentary, and basically, which I didn't know this, it sounded as if they were explaining that even some of the songs and the albums that he made in the past were basically referring to, you know what I mean, the things that he has allegations against. Like, for example, what's the song when he Too Young, alias, it was an alias song or his song when he something, age is just a number, something like that. I don't remember, but basically they were saying that the things that he is being accused of, or he was accused of, he basically gave himself away in like previous music, you know.
Yeah, because this thing was the 45 minutes of R. Kelly where it's like, and even his wife spoke about that same thing, where she said that was stupid of R. Kelly though, because R. Kelly was say like, I think he was saying like I believe R. Kelly was like, in a sense, like he was like testifying or something like that based on what he was saying, like. But you know, R. Kelly, you know, R. Kelly brother just live a life, which I don't know if all the accusations against R. Kelly are true, and I think that he has been sentenced and he's currently serving time for those accusations, and whether or not he's been sentenced or not, I just think like R. Kelly name will definitely still live on.
All right, so go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, his name will still live on regardless.
So yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you can continue.
All right, so I'm sorry for cutting you off, but all right. There's people around that think that R. Kelly was set up, and that's why you see me looking like shocked and, you know, my eyes wide open and all that. You know what I mean? Now, what do you say about the people that are saying that this thing is a conspiracy against the black man, and that R. Kelly is an innocent man, he's being set up for whatever reason it may be? Do you agree with them, or can you rationalize why you think that they believe R. Kelly was set up?
All right, you see, whenever it comes to somebody's been accused or been charged for any form of wrongdoings, especially something like sexual molestation, I will not look at the individual as them being a black man. We have to look at the nature of the situation that they are in, and based on the court's conclusion,
right?
Then in that case, I have no other choice but to say, like, the guy is guilty. Now, in R. Kelly's situation,
right,
R. Kelly has numerous witnesses that spoke about him and the encounter and that they have been through with him. And I mean, I watched a documentary and
Bill Cosby did have 27 or 30.
Yeah,
but go ahead.
But you know, if you look, R. Kelly has this about 25 years of this R. Kelly has this thing I go against him as early as from, I think it's from 94, long time R. Kelly. I think it's as early as both. For like a long time ago, this R. Kelly has this accusation, and he has been through like a lot of, been to the court a lot of time. And what happened? He was acquitted of all charges, you know. So this was, and I like R. Kelly new to this. He was going through this for a long period of time, you know. So and not because somebody have been through like I've been to the court system and they were acquitted. Then just because they go look at it and say, all right, you see it, I tell them I said the man not guilty, you know. You get my point. But what was happening? I realized at the time, you know, R. Kelly had his money. And I said because R. Kelly have his money, you know, I realized a lot of times people with money, when their money give them power, you kind of insulate them against like people like tarnish their name. So that's why during those days when R. Kelly was going through the situation, a lot of time he was paying his victims to sign a non-disclosure agreements. Those non-disclosure agreements are R. Kelly. That's one of the reasons why like a lot of things never like come out in bold. A lot of things never come out in bold. So and that's why you see like back then you will see that a lot of those charges. So but if you should ask me if R. Kelly is set up, I don't think like R. Kelly was. I like to think R. Kelly was not set up.
Right.
I like to think R. Kelly was not set up. So many people cannot lie. You know, so many, and they have like you need to tell me so like all those victims, especially this 17-year-old girl that R. Kelly met at I think it was at a party, and R. Kelly actually I think he asked her for her number and them eventually call her and tell her saying like in the share event and you can them meet up on all these things and it lead to the part where man that so-called 17-year-old girl have some sexual intercourse because I think them parents they go there and find out they say one bag of things come out of that, you know. I'm not getting into details, but just to show you so like and that's just one that is one scenario. So I don't really want to think so like R. Kelly would like it really gets set up in that situation. Because too many people actually come out and talk them things about R. Kelly. So me not think R. Kelly, me not think in the setup, me not want to tell me not tell them I know everything I go on, but like I think there is some truth to some of these things that like these victims are saying. R. Kelly has been and the fact that he has similar run-ins, bro, with the law in regards to this form of like sexual activity. So I think that he is not a man who was set up. He was involved. And because and I guess I just has taken his course and because it had the court
Right.
showing that guilty and that is why he's facing this sentence he's facing right now because he wasn't set up. I don't think so. Anybody they can come at me they want but I
Well,
don't think
whoever thinks that R. Kelly was set up, the phone line is 561-594-1015. I would love to hear your opinion on why he was set up, or if you have if you have facts or whatever that you can present. I would love to hear it. So the phone number again is 561-594-1015. Go ahead, Carl. Let's finish what you were saying.
Yeah, so as I was saying, I don't think R. Kelly was set up. I don't have all the facts in the world to support my argument though, don't get me wrong, but based on what I've seen and the documentary and all that, that's just my main like source that I'm using, you know. To say this is the reason why I think that he was not set up. I mean, granted though, you know, like just like Bill Cosby, where all those females came out against Bill Cosby back in the days and said that they got molested and then afterward if Bill Cosby was freed. I don't think that would be the same situation with R. Kelly. That's a total that his case is humongous, you know. It's different as opposed to the Bill Cosby. And I think recently I'm seeing where R. Kelly was telling him to leave his music alone. Like what do you mean I leave my music alone? Like bro, like your name is Stain, bro. Your name is Stain. Like literally Stain. And
So yeah.
And his name is Stain to the point where like a lot of people out there they despise him. They don't want to listen to their music. They don't want them data. They have nothing to do with R. Kelly music because each time they listen to R. Kelly, them about just things alright. This is this narcissistic guy who force other young girls to go in a compromising situation with them and then you see the result, you know. So I can see the reason why.
I wouldn't introduce my daughter to R. Kelly music. I'm sorry. There's some R. Kelly songs that I still like to this day because at the end of the day, if it's music, you know, if you like a music before, you know what I mean, if somebody end up do something crazy, ridiculous after, that don't mean, you know, I don't link it between the music, you know what I mean, because I think that the music is different, especially if the music is not it has a content that has nothing to do with that person's lifestyle or what they end up getting convicted for. But I would not introduce my daughter to R. Kelly's music only because he has some other music that when I listen to content I don't like the content because I feel like, it's like a kind of, it sounds predatory.
Yeah, in music, because remember, it's the same R. Kelly, like back then, got married to Alia, and and when he was grooming Alia from ever since he was 12 years old, and Alia become 15, that the guy forged documents, get married to Alia. Now, any grown man have a daughter of 15-year-old and daughter get caught in a situation like that, bro. You despise that man for the rest of your life, bro.
Yeah.
You despise the rest of your life. So I can see why there's this movement against R. Kelly. And I would support that movement any day. But me just think that regardless of all the movements against R. Kelly, and I think the disband his music and move it from all platforms. I just think that, he have a legacy already, so no matter what is being done, or the force that they're using to try to wipe out his name will still live on, whether it be for good or for bad. But at this point in time, it's more for bad, though. For bad, for his name will still live on. So, R. Kelly, for me, it's just sad that he found himself in that situation. I don't know if it's sickness or some people call it sickness or.
Yeah.
So I just he's just like careless in his doings. Or I really have no disregard to human to female life that he wants to satisfy in sexual growth. Maybe that's the reason why I'm dead. But I can't answer the question.
Hold on a sec, Carlos. Hold on a sec. The number ending, I'm not gonna say this person's number, but the number ending 9533. Just give me a sec. I'll tell you when the call is open, so you can call after I speak to Carlos. All right, that's the number ending 9533. Not gonna tell the whole number, but whoever is calling, you know yourself. All right, Carlos. So, all right, big up. First of all, before we answer the next question, Carlos, big up to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for coming in. I'm seeing there's some more people coming in. One thing to remember to do, guys, please like the chat. Please like the video. Subscribe to the channel and share where necessary. Big up to everybody in the comments. Big up to First Millennial Entertainment. Big up to Anika. Big up to CJ Facey. Big up to everyone in the chat. You know what I mean? Blessing. All right, Carlos, next question. Could R. Kelly make a hit again if he confesses and serves prison time?
You see, that person have talent, Tristan, regardless if they go through the prison system and things, it's not like that now going to take away anything from their talent or inspiration, because some people refer to like a musical talent or whatever talent you have in life as a gift that has been bestowed on you, So regardless if you have gone through like the penal system, I think in R. Kelly's case, he can still come up back and make a hit. Because you think about it, remember that he can make a hit, it might not be the same topic, but he can make a hit about like a hit song about based on the situation that he has been through, and that can touch a lot of people's lives, whether or not you might say, oh, this guy, why should I listen to him? Because he's the same one who molested girls and all that, but he can still come out and make a hit song and make a lot of money from it, because in the end of the day, he's R. Kelly. But the message though, based on the message that he's sending in that song that we're talking about, then it can work out.
So you think that he can make a comeback? Let's say, I don't know, R. Kelly is what, 55 now, something like that, right?
Yeah, but I'm not even looking at his age, Because I'm not looking at his age.
Let's say R. Kelly do about 20 years in a prison and come out on good behavior after all is said and done, right? He come out at 75 years old, which 75-year-old is still not, it's an old man, but not that old to where he can't move around, right?
Well, if I was 75-year-old now, still. Yeah. I guess earlier on answer the question, I wasn't even looking at it on the fact that if he was coming out at 20 years after. Well, 20 years after, I'm on a 70 though. maybe R. Kelly not even got men's music at that time because again
What?
because
But why not? Why not? Because there's guys that are the Isley brothers and them guys. Them guys are like 70 odd.
yeah, but you see like pendulum gonna switch for him, you know, like it gonna switch for R. Kelly because you know, we can't speak for 20 years from now. 20 years from now, like bro, like maybe like that generation that people want to listen to R. Kelly. They're already we're listening to someone that they feel more comfortable listening to. So I can come out and singing a song about whether it be reality or whatever. I can imagine that his topic might be different at that age. When you come out at
So
that
that
time.
you're saying that he will not get a hit again then,
I
even
mean,
if he served the prison time
if
and
you're referring to
confess.
that, if you're referring to him coming out at 70 at that age, it's different. But if you're referring to him coming out in a shorter, like, and that's like a good behavior, like, for the next 10 years, so then that's a different situation because I just think that probably like him at that time now, he probably has to, or he's still like thirsty to come back and like to satisfy the audience. So you might have some form of like motivation there and some form of inspiration and have a song what can't hit again. But at 70, I don't know. I don't really see him coming out at 70 and making a hit song. What, bro? I don't see that.
Okay. All right. So the next question. Did you graduate to an R. Kelly soundtrack?
No, I have to graduation. No, bro. I don't remember. I don't remember nothing but graduation like what years that? Like I mean like
Something alright.
primary school. I don't know. Bro, I don't remember nothing about
Something alright.
that. I never graduated to any R. Kelly sound song. You can't
Yeah.
recall that. Yeah. Honestly, guys.
My God!
You can't recall that.
My
God!
God!
You asked me this question and somebody asked me the same question the other day about what song did I graduate to. But I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I know that a lot of like people can attest to them listen to R. Kelly's song, especially I Believe I Can Fly. That's a popular song for graduation, you know.
I graduated to that song.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna keep it real. I graduated to that song, 6th grade.
Yeah.
I graduated. You want to see me a step? I believe I can fly. I believe.
No, but bro, I get wrong. That song is
Something
not a
alright.
thing, bro. That singing song is very, that's a monster hit
alright,
song,
yeah.
bro. That's a monster hit song, bro. Like everybody sing I Believe I Can Fly.
Yeah.
Yo, that's a hit song, bro. Like no matter. So do you think people would just get rid of that song out of them out and say, well, now let's do the song mental? People are still listening to that song, bro. Trust
Yeah.
me. That song will live on for years to come, you know, because I mean, it's a good song, you know.
No, it's a really, really good song. And if you listen to the song don't have nothing to do with R. Kelly lifestyle and what he's going through right now. It's a positive motivation, uplifting song. And that's why I really wanted to talk on this topic because, you know, I think that there's timeless music that people are gonna forget about, you know what I mean? But it's just so that is R. Kelly sing it, and that's why I can understand why it get pushed to the side, you know what I mean? Because you don't want to, I guess, you don't want to someone to benefit off that if they're basically facing prison time for whatever heinous crime or whatever it may be. Me understand why society want to push that song to the side. But reality is that's a very good song, and there's other songs that he makes that are on that caliber, are on that level of motivation and just inspirational, you know.
Yeah, because I think recently I heard R. Kelly was saying that they should leave his music alone, you know. Because I think they are trying to remove R. Kelly music from most of the platforms. I think them like they try to force back some my music on some platforms like without they're unauthorized, you know, and things.
Well,
So,
that was my next question, right?
yeah.
Is it possible to ban music in these current days? Is that even a possibility anymore?
Like yeah, I mean, it kind of hard to do it, you know. Like but then when you have more like you have more bureaucracy existing in the business where like people could like they could say alright, this music now a play and like they would have a lot of the ways of not letting them get on some platforms. But in this current time it's kind of different now, you know, because like and like other people might have access to the music and even if R. Kelly himself might even not post, other people would try to put it up, you know. So like I don't think them can really like it's so easy for like the this band, like arcade music and like any other music at all. They're still gonna find a way to get it out there because as you said like one time was probably have like one set of people who control what is being distributed. They have so many different ways of distributing music now. You know? So with the fact that you have so many other players involved, it kind of make it a lot more challenging to say, all right, we're going to limit who are distributing, who are putting out the song. So, and especially in our current situation, that is why you will still find that, I mean, you still find the song on some platforms, regardless of what they're trying to do to stop this music.
Yeah, cause let's say Spotify does. Let's say if Spotify bans R. Kelly, right?
Yeah.
There's like 5,000 other streaming services that would be glad to keep all of R. Kelly's catalog on their streaming platform just so that they can get the listeners of R. Kelly to come and subscribe to their streaming platform.
Yeah, because at the worst, if you're trying to build a name as a matter of fact, because it's like, yeah, a lot of other streaming platforms that they will do it. Because even I can only imagine that a lot of those big name platforms that they are the ones that say R. Kelly music has to go. We don't want his music on. But other platforms are not even the US internationally, bro. Like R. Kelly music is still being played on their platform. So I don't think it will be an easy task. And if you think about it, every day you have more platforms are being created as well. So like so like those new platforms they're gonna wanna have a name. And they want, in order for them to have a name, they might just wanna add R. Kelly to their platform as well. So I don't think it's an easy task to ban music right now, especially. But then they could do it, but not now.
Yeah,
They have more.
back in the day, you used to have like back in the day, you used to have like only the radio stations, and used to only have the television stations. So when you ban the music, you ban it with the broadcasting commission or the broadcasting body, from whatever country you live in, and then that's a all island or all country ban on that song, which it's like besides from the parties and the clubs, you won't hear it anywhere. So that song won't be going anywhere anytime soon. That's how you really ban something. But those days are done. I mean, when's the last time you jump in your vehicle, Carlos, and cut on the radio?
Bro, me not listen to radio, bro. No joke. Be a listen to radio, like YouTube on my radio. Like seriously, I'm gonna go Spotify.
Right.
I'm gonna go Spotify. Back then, I remember in time, I try to like switch a little. But I remember in time, Vice Carton and Spice with the song Ramping Shop.
Yeah.
The time they were saying that they're banning daggering songs, Anything that has to do with daggering. They said that they ban it. But like, I was wondering what they're banning because I was watching that, I was still watching that song on YouTube, watching the video and everything. So the radio banned it, but YouTube was still showing it. And you could still hear it on you could still hear it on Spotify. And Spotify is more like in the US.
Right.
So it's like you ban it in Jamaica, but internationally it's still a stream. So it will be the same situation for R. Kelly. R. Kelly music, they could have banned it on a lot of those streaming platforms in the US, but other platforms that are not reside in the US, the music will still be played on those platforms. So it's not like you can only like kill it in your country, but other countries are still like giving it the glory. So I mean, it's just 6 hours after that other.
Right. When's the last time you turn on BT or VH1 and see a music video?
Like, it's been a while, bro. You know what?
Right? You know what I mean? Seriously, it's a serious question. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Them days are done. So I don't think you can ever ban music anymore. Not with, even let's say if all the streaming platforms, right, stop playing, stop distributing R. Kelly's music, right? Or stop take distributions of R. Kelly's music. There's always YouTube, and even if YouTube is not doing the distribution, it's almost impossible to stop people from uploading R. Kelly's music. You know what I mean? It's literally almost impossible. It'll probably be too much work for them to track down every video with that music to playing in there, even with the content ID that they have that is so well put together as far as the algorithm goes. So I don't see that happening. But let's move on to the next question, right?
Yeah.
Is there a double standard for movies when it comes to movie directors and actors getting into certain type of trouble similar to R. Kelly? is there a double standard? Just like how, R. Kelly music, we're like, oh, we don't want to listen that music anymore. We're not, people say we're not listening that you can't play the R. Kelly, you can't play no R. Kelly. But I see with like, for example, Harvey Weinstein is a
I remember that guy.
movie director that was, I think he was convicted of some heinous stuff, right? As well.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he has many movies that are still being distributed and played to this day, like classic movies, and people still watch them. So do you think that there's a double standard, or is it that it's maybe people can identify the music with the artist more because it's it's more direct versus a movie? What say you?
All right, I'm gonna answer my question and say boldly say it's a double standard, and then I gotta support my why I wanna say that. All right, with the R. Kelly situation, like I guess everybody we look at music in a different way. Like once you're an artist, they say that you have a social responsibility, and we look at you as this person who in high regards. So because we look at you in such a high regards, then it's like you're being trapped, bro. If you have a trapped issue, so whatever situation you put yourself in, whether it be like criminal activities or be anything have to do with like sexual offenses, then you are gonna be it's like you're gonna be judged based on whatever you have done because the world are the fans, the LGBTQI regards. So like I tend to see like there's a sense of bias when it comes to like how an artist is being judged whenever they get themselves caught up in certain situations. They are being looked at in a different way as well. It's like we don't expect you to do this now. We don't expect because you are the one who sing them thing in your music, and like we look for you as this role model. So of course, and especially and in this case we're talking about R. Kelly and plus many other artists, bro. Many other artists. But I be criminal activity I'm seeing where they are being looked at in a different way, they're being judged because we don't expect them to be in a situation. On the other hand, though, like a movie star,
right?
A movie star, you will never see like their movies being like banned. You will still see them like active everywhere. And I think if I should make like a judgment, I think they should even be banned more because when I watch a movie, it's just like you're seeing like real activities versus a song. You're seeing like real activity. The thing is being you're seeing actions, bro. If I nudity, you have to live nudity, even if it's not real. If a people get shot, whether you see guns involved and everything. So you can think about it like if you have an actor right now who was known to be like active in scenes where like have a lot of nudity involved in it. That was that them favorite scene. And people are used to watching this movie star acting those scenes. And this same movie star molested like someone, bro, or then stealing all sort of like sexual nuances, brother.
Right.
You even tell me so like their movies will still continue to be showed in the here. Like and people are gonna be blind to the fact that this is the guy who people have all these kind of nasty comments about and looking at him in a different way. I just think that like bro, they should at least have more like they should have no regards for somebody like that who actually get themselves in their situation, especially somebody that star a movie as opposed to like a artist. Because as you said today, you watch them in a movie, brother. So especially like a child, brother, when you watch somebody, you watch them just like impression in mind, just seeing it with them two eyes, bro. So like every time you think about that movie star, they will get themselves caught up in a kind of situation, but they say like, you know what, need to see this movie mental. As a matter of fact, I think that their movie should be like totally removed as well. I don't think just like you remove the artist song, you move them movies as well. We don't need to see it either. There should be like any form of partiality when it comes to that.
All right.
Go ahead.
So you're thinking that it should be removed just because there's a double standard and you need to make things equal, or you think it should be removed because okay, it doesn't matter if this is like a positive movie and it doesn't have anything to do with that director's lifestyle, but because that director end up in a certain type of dealings where we not deal with, we need to remove it just because the name on it. Is it like I'm trying to find out why you would say it should be removed? If it's because we gotta make things equal, or if it's just that okay, no, we're linking the lifestyle to the movie, so the movie gotta go.
All right, I would like to think you want to remove it because I mean, for once you're linking the lifestyle to the movie, but also, bro, like the whoever if you getting financial gains, you want to stop the financial gains that you get in the movie as well. That's the way I look at it.
Mm,
Thinking you to the movie and the financial gain because remember the same when you look at the artist, they're looking at it and they said the artist is gonna get benefit financially from this music, so we need to remove it. So I'm also like again the fact if the movie star is linked to the movie, bro, remove it. If
but
you're gonna get fun,
what about a situation to where someone was convicted of a crime, but there's a possibility that they might even appeal the crime and be acquitted, because things like that happen. People get accused of things before, convicted, serve many years in a prison before the appeal is done, and they end up being acquitted. So what do you say about situations like that? In a situation like that, let's say you probably already removed the movie already, everything like that. What do you think about that?
when I see in a case like that though, like a lot of times too, like there are a lot of mistrial, bro, a lot of mistrial. In a situation like that, I think the accused will have to speak some form of remedy in that situation because if you're being convicted wrongfully, right, and whatever is your source of revenue, more
Right.
largely your profit has been removed from the year, then I
Right.
think in that case that is something that they will have to take up but they will have to take up so that they can either get they can either sue for damages or whatever it is. Well, I'm not a lawyer. They can choose a sue for whatever they want to choose just to get their movies out. That's just the way that because if you get convicted and your movies are being moved or your songs are being removed and you win your appeal, that's
Right.
just the way they have to do it because the law already take its course already. So I mean, you just cannot get charged for it again because if you get charged for it again, it's double jeopardy. But in this case, you have been charged and you're winning appeal, seek justice.
So
If you are it's true, you go about it that way,
let
just
me
so you
ask
can get.
let me ask you something. Bill Cosby, for instance, right? This happened to Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby got convicted of rape, grape. Forgot to say the algorithm, right? Bill Cosby got convicted of grape, right?
Yep.
Um, and Bill Cosby, almost every single movie and comedy series that Bill Cosby does is always something positive, uplifting black people and uplifting people in general, promoting unity and peace, right?
Yep.
Good clean content, right? And Bill Cosby's content was pulled from all of the big name broadcast houses. You know what I mean? Just after, and then after that, Bill Cosby appealed. I think he appealed and he won the appeal. It was something like that to where he didn't have that guilty stain on his name as far as the courts goes, right? Now, what do you do in a situation like that? Even though I think there's like another case, I hear there's another case that they're trying to try Bill Cosby and even in his old age at this point. But the point that I'm making is by the time them try him for that case, he's probably dead because he's so old right now. So he'll probably die an innocent man that was not convicted of a crime.
Yeah.
More than likely. So what do you do in a situation like that with Bill Cosby, right?
Well, as I earlier said, like in this case, I mean, like Bill Cosby, him appeal and him win, right? Him win. So basically, like in a situation like all the movies got pulled because of the accusations that are against him. So I think it is got the onus is really on them though to seek some form of remedy, you know. So would I be to get back their movies back in the air? Or would I be they're gonna try to get some remedies for damages or whatever? That's what they will have to do on their part in order to restore their confidence in the people and and let them think that Bill Cosby, everything that he was accused of, all those were just allegations. They're not done right here. That's what I think they have to do.
Right.
In order to get back on their movies and the year and get back their revenue. Because that's just the only way it can be done, in my eyes, because he was already convicted,
Okay, I see what you're saying. All right, so let me big up some people in the chat. Big up Anika. Big up First Millennial Entertainment. Big up CJ Facey. Big up JR Almighty. Blessings famo. Big up Maria Smith. Good evening, Maria. You don't know. Yeah, man. Bless up everybody on the chat, man. So, Carlos, I think I have Ali waiting to call. But in the meantime, bro, it was a pleasure speaking with you. There's a 9533 number that's calling. I'm not quite sure who it is. Caller, if you're 9533, you can go ahead and call me back. I'll make sure I look out for you so I can put you on. If Ali's about to call in right now, but if it takes a little while to come on, yeah, definitely you can call in. Hey guys, call in. The number right now is 561-594-1015. Again, it's 561-594-1015, and it's right below right here. You see my finger pointing? Yeah.
All right.
561-594-1015, guys. Carlos, it's a pleasure, bro.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Tristan, man. It's always a pleasure calling in, and thanks to the listeners. Keep following on this live, because Tristan is doing a good job, trying to put in together this show. He's trying to make an impact in this arena. Give him the support. He has a lot to say,
Yeah, man.
I'll continue to listen to the show, and thanks to everyone for listening. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Right. All right.
Man, support is definitely appreciated. Carlos, as always, bro. Bless up. We're going to go on to the next call them and see what go on. You know what I mean?
All right, man. Thanks.
All right, blessings. All right, cool. All right, guys. That was our first call. That was Carlos. So, phone lines are open, guys. The call-in number is 561-954-1015. If you have something to say about the topic, please go ahead and call in. Again, the calling number is 561-594-1015. We have a couple calls lined up. I'm going to see how they're doing, if they're ready. In the meantime, guys, I'm going to play some music. So if you want to call in, go ahead. Call in, I'll pick up. But in the meantime, let me play a song to burn a little time until the next call come. You know what I mean? So this one is called Doody Doo by Delarue. This video is out on YouTube and all streaming platforms as well. So definitely go stream it up. All right? Blessings.
Delarue this. Yeah.
My God!
Yo, Kadu. It's some life here, man.
Yeah. Doody Doo. Make some money, Delarue. Have a girl locked down your curfew. Enjoy yourself too much you there, I get slow. Doody Doo. Make some money, Delarue. Have a girl locked down your curfew. Enjoy yourself too much you there, I get slow. Move up them fatum. Yeah, man, me no want see no long gun. Till they shot at them, so me said them fi stand down. Drink some Magnum, have some fun. Me I get a lap dance from me handgun. And it a pull on me pants down. Good life, man I see. Big house on the beach, party every weekend. Doody Doo. Make some money, Delarue. Have a girl locked down your curfew. Enjoy yourself too much you there, I get slow.
Bless up everybody for the live. Bless up everybody for the live. Bless up everybody for the live. One like up the live, people. Like up the live. Hit the like button, please. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your post notification, guys. Share the video. Share to a friend. Yeah, man. What up?
My God! My God!
A striptease for the cash. I grab back them face, it a sweat off the map. Doody Doo. some money, de la room. Have a girl.
Girl locked on yet perfume. Yeah man. Alright. We have Ali on the line. I could see. Alright. Ali. Dangles. How that? The man himself? People make some noise for Ali. Wow, what going G? Oh, hold on, the G. I don't know if the live is here in here. Hold on. Hey, you want to call in for the number instead? Hold on. Ali, I'm gonna text you the number to call in because for some reason I don't think anybody's hearing you. So I'm gonna text you the number. Just call this number that I'm texting straight, right? It's 561-594-1015. So just call that number and I'll pick up. Alright, blessings. Hello guys, can you hear me? I'm so sorry about that. I don't think you guys were hearing Ali a while ago. I'm not sure what happened with the audio, but something went terribly wrong, and I'm not sure what it is. I didn't see the wave signals moving or anything, but he's gonna call in within a few minutes, guys. Sorry for that. In the meantime, let me play the song now. In the meantime.
Lockdown, yeah, curfew. Enjoy yourself too much, you there, I get slow. Do. Make some money, de la rue. Have a girl lockdown, yeah, curfew. Enjoy yourself too much, you there, I get slow. Move up them fatum. Yeah, man, me no want see no long gun. Tell a shot at them, so me said them fi stand down, drink.
Call from
Ali.
Ali!
Yes, sir. Yeah, you hear me there, sir?
Alright, that's what I'm talking about. Make some nice, people, make some nice.
Yeah, man.
My God!
Yeah, man. The man himself, you know?
Yeah, man. Manners and respect, man. Manners and respect.
Alright, I'm glad. I think the people that are here, you know what I mean, just want to make sure. What going on Sunday evening?
Boy, you know, so I was just there with the kids, them easy back, I watch Lion King and thing, and I take in the live.
You know see Dexter that flower there?
No, I don't want to see him. You just stay away there. I don't want to see him. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yo, the last live, bro. Yo, you literally go viral for that talk, bro. I swear to God,
that's
bro.
cool, man. Yeah, man. The man, I don't want to say, oh, it'll be easy, man.
I swear, bro. I swear, bro. Trust me, I mash up the live, bro. But
yeah, I don't know what I say, man.
So,
yeah, man.
Just curious, bro. Did you get a chance to read the script?
Yes, sir. Yeah, man.
What go on feet?
Yeah, you're talking about R. Kelly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, as I say, you see, when you come on to R. Kelly now, boy, the only thing I can say right now is that very talented guy. R. Kelly is a very, very talented artist. As an artist, he's very talented, but as a person, I think, you know, it make him fantasy or him, you know, his so-called judgment overwhelm in career and bring all this negativity to him career, you know. But when it come on to R. Kelly, as me personally, when it come on to R. Kelly, me love R. Kelly song them. You know, in the 90s, I grew up with R. Kelly. In the early 2000s, still R. Kelly is, you know, I still like him song them, but as a person, as an individual, no, you know, to be honest, with all these so-called allegations, that them says allegations, which I think it's not allegations, most of them.
Right.
Problem some is intentional. You see me? In other words, when you hear a 16-year-old, when you hear you know, young girls
live at R. Kelly yard. And the so-called parents jump and say, the kids them just go there just for inspiration from R. Kelly, just for the push for build, push them career.
Right.
I remember sit down and think, I say, yo, no man, I think this is set up. These parents probably intentionally put them in a predator's way, to get money, to get clothes, and to get them out.
So you think, say, R. Kelly is not the only one to blame. The parents need to be blamed as well. In fact, some of them probably need to get tried in a court for what they do.
Of course. Come on now. This is it. R. Kelly is a known predator, and we know this I got on the internet, but it's facts. R. Kelly married Aaliyah when she was 16.
15.
Remember, don't forget that.
15.
Right? Or 15. You understand? Right there was the big red flag for everybody. But during that time, because everything wasn't that open to the public in terms of with social media and so, it could get scrutinized. During back in the 90s, 80s, 70s, artists, musicians, actors, all of those big what do I call them? Big personnel or celebrities, them nobody never want to scrutinize them because people if we lose them job, they never have nobody to defend them. If for example if somebody come out against R. Kelly back in the 90s, right? If it would nobody would have done it for really defend them. It's just film words against R. Kelly and R. Kelly fans. Compared to now when everything is out in the public, where everybody has see everything, we can bring forth our own judgment to whatever accusation
right
there is.
So can you separate music from personal life the personal life of an artist?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Remember this. These guys are actors, or artists, or musicians. That's what they are. That's what them. When them open their door and step out into the world, they're artists. When them go in them private life, they're whoever they are. So if for example R. Kelly, I don't even remember Robert. R. Kelly name is Robert. When R. Kelly stopped being R. Kelly, he's Robert, right? And Robert have fantasies. You see me? I say, and one of Robert's fantasies, it seems to me, is him love younger women.
Right.
You understand? Because Aaliyah married. Remember that sex tape come out with him, and that was a younger girl. We're talking about R. Kelly, where arguably can get any girl him want back in the 90s, 2000, and if he did still have that status as the R. Kelly we know everybody loves, him that good right now too. Everybody will still love him. Because when you listen to an R. Kelly song, you know much kids right now that is on this earth is because of R. Kelly song. you know much couples right now. You know much couples right now when they're together and not just because of R. Kelly song.
Something alright.
Remember back in the 90s when them love song there, and so when R. Kelly all sing and I say when a woman's fed up and all of them and empower woman, that's why everybody used to gravitate to R. Kelly so much. You see me? Back then. So that's why I must say, yes, I believe we can differentiate it because if you play R. Kelly right now in front of me, I'm going to listen to R. Kelly and think. But if R. Kelly stand up in front of me now, as the Robert or the one with the fantasy and all of that, brother, I can't rate you for that.
Yeah,
the funny thing is, it's not R. Kelly alone. Look how much in this woke culture we're in right now. And that's why I tell a man the other day, the woke culture, it have it good and it have it bad. The good, it highlights a lot of people that go on with all these negativities. You know what I say? All of these grown men where take advantage of a younger woman, all these type of stuff that was going on in industries, in the musical industry, the sports industry, all of them.
Right.
So, yeah, come back to your question. I believe you can differentiate it. The music from the person.
So,
Mhm.
what say you about the people that think R. Kelly was set up?
I will say, all right, my take on that, right? I don't believe R. Kelly was set up,
Mm-hmm.
but better yet, me I go look upon it at in a two different person. For example, this how me I try bring across now. R. Kelly. When you look at R. Kelly, you as a fan also, when you see what R. Kelly, when you see what R. Kelly accomplished, or for R. Kelly is the type of person he is, you want to believe that's not true.
Right.
You love to believe that is not true. But reality is a known basically predator, basically. Because again, a man go married Alia as a grown man, a 15-year-old. If he's a grown man with into that, a 15-year-old, he would even married. He
Right.
would
Right.
even look for him. So the fact that him start right this and then a 16 come out with him and a young girl, and this is a private sex tape and nobody film it. So I don't nobody secretly film it. This are him and the girl film this basically, and it come out to the public, right?
Right.
Then can me just look on the little track record with him now, Then you have the girl them who gonna live with him, where the parents them allow to go live with him. That again, that show me say yo, as a man, if you say yo, you're not into none of that and you're not like that and all of that, brother, your track record do no justice, bad man. No justice. You see me I say?
Yeah.
But then on the other hand, the reason why me say in our way I'm set up because again, as we say in the beginning, the parents will allow these girls. I mean I'm talking at the last part. I'm not even talking about the earlier situation and the sex tape. We're talking at the last part where all of these convictions in get.
Yeah.
These parents allow them own data. Listen, you literally have parents sit down, allow them 16-year-old, 15, 17-year-old to go live with a grown man. You see what I say? It don't matter if you want to say I'm the best artist in the world. You as a parent, you're there to protect your kids.
Yeah.
So the fact that you allow your daughter to go in front of a grown man or go live with a grown man where that is a known predator before, and that probably feels strong, like a strong word may I use against R. Kelly, but it's a fact. The fact that you allow that to happen, guess what? You actually put them in that way, and I guess you do that for the monetary gain. So you look on two sides. If it work out, you get money. If it don't work out, you can always say, yo, R. Kelly kidnapped my daughter and thing. Big news thing. Get some money off him
So
and publicity.
it's a win-win for the parent.
It's a win-win for the parent.
Jeez.
But that's why I said the law, in this case, the law should prosecute the parent as well. You know what I mean?
So these parents, they don't care about their kids.
No. It's all about the money, the fame. Look at social media right now. Sometimes I sit down and go on social media, and some things where these parents allow them kids to do. I think a child should be a child.
Right.
A child should not a certain things.
Right.
A child should not sit down and listen to some vulgar music and come back on social media and sing it or go on like them. Some little pitney you see go on like a model, dress up in some tight things and so. I say, yo, look how much predator over there. Me have a daughter, right? And trust me, me can tell them I'm very cautious of what she wear. And that might say, oh, you're overprotected, but it's not. But when we sit and look on all of these predators that is out there as well, people not looking at that,
No, that's weird because me see, I'm on Instagram and I'm following this page where I think it's Black Babies or something like that, and I see I'm seeing where they dressed up a little girl in like what is it, like a crop top and something else, so showing her belly. And I'm like, why do they have this little girl? She just look like she just learned how to walk and stand up. And they have her wearing they call it a crop top or whatever it is, showing her belly. And I'm like, why are these parents dressing her like that? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. I the funny thing is, I always say this now. I say the reason why me listen to R. Kelly song regardless if them want to cancel him or not, Me just shoot. Me not go shoot down the message. Cause when me listen to R. Kelly songs, it bring forth good messages. You see me? Message to fans. But when it come out to the messenger right here, so no sir. Can't read the messenger. I mean, listen to your message, you can't read the messenger. Just because Steve's personal life came to light. You say if his personal life was still in the dark, we could have said nothing about him.
Alright.
Right?
Let me ask you something, right? Since as we're still on that topic of you kind of jump back on separating the music from the
right,
the artist. Over the years, we've heard a plethora of stories with priests and pastors, basically involving in the most heinous acts with minors and stuff like that, right?
Right.
And these are the guys that have been preaching to thousands, if not millions of people over a lifetime, basically.
Right.
So I guess my question is, the people that they've been preaching to and have been most influential on, do they say, okay, whatever the preacher was preaching is wrong and we're gonna refrain from that belief? Are they gonna separate the preaching or the message from the messenger that wrong?
Well, in that case, again, you have two different opinions right there. So remember this, especially when you come, and we are narrowed down this to the church now, for example, with the priest and pastor. When you come on to the church, and please don't crucify me, people. Most people in a church, right? They are sheep, right? They go for hope. Most people go in a church right now, into church. The reason why they believe so much, just think back in that, I don't know if you have a granny way believing in them pastor. Anything a pastor said, this them come and tell us, say, say pastor said, me not to go down the road, or something like that. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, because them look on that pastor as somebody of inspiration, of hope. For example, you know what I mean? So when you come on to hear and say, okay, a pastor or a priest, you touch a little boy.
Right.
Because they have that hope, them don't really want to believe. Them believe in a way, but them don't want to believe. The reason why they don't want to believe is because they are looking at it, but it's my pastor. What the hell my pastor for do that and my pastor preach this? No, man, I lie this spit me out tell. And that's why you see enough of these pastors and priests them can still hold position, because people strong enough where you can stand and say, well, this pastor you do that, straight to jail. We're going to convict him, convict him, bring him to in front of court, convict him, send him to jail. Strip him off in pastor title or in priest title. You know what I mean? But guess what now? You see, in the church is one of the congregation then, where you can easily manipulate. You just want to go there and preach things, just make people hear what them want to hear. You know what I mean? Right. And then them start following. Once them start following, you have everybody locked. Look on the church right the other day in Jamaica. The guy that was dead. Without going with all this crazy stuff.
Yeah, I can't remember his name right now, but I know the guy that died in a mysterious car crash.
There you go. So this is a good example. Look how much people sit down and in front of church and watch the man that kill people. You see me? Just because they believe, just because the pastor is holier than thou. You see me? I say? So when it come on to the church and thing, like pastor priest, them easily can go on any accusation also easily. But like when you come out again, R. Kelly, artists, you have everybody with different opinions. So everybody are come out with them opinion, and most time the opinions, most people come with the same opinion. You understand me? I say when them look and say, okay, this man really molested some girls. So guess what? Get rid of him, cancel him. You have to cancel him. You can't make him get more money.
Right.
No, and cut off him money line, everything. Right? That's what.
With that being said. Could R. Kelly make a hit again if he confesses and serve prison time?
No. No. That was that passed a long time ago. When him should I do that? I bet if they come out and you see, I'm telling you what people that rate, I think what people that respect. You see, just like how him go sing a song like Trap in the Classic, for example.
Yeah.
I bet if they come out and sing a song and say him get trapped in two minds. You see me? Because one thing I learn, and I learn this in psychology, is that see everybody think different, for example, right? But everybody have different, for example, fantasies. You see me? I say some is sadistic. You see me? Some is all different types. So, but when you, as an individual, like R. Kelly, should sit and look at your moral, look at you as a man. You see me? In this life, look at you as a man. You go there and go lay down with a young girl, a 15-year-old or so. Yeah. Brother, something mentally, something wrong with him mentally. I better he come out and sing a song and say, yo, I'm mentally challenged and this is what I like and so. Let me tell you something. People have more respect R. Kelly right now rather than them what happened to him now. You see me? Them have no respect right now. But if they come out and sing that song, they people that still respect him. Cause everybody will look and say, yo, well, R. Kelly not in love them.
If him come out and say my mental issues.
If they come out long time and say, yo, me have mental issues and sing that in a song, Tristan, let me tell you this. Right now, we would even talk about R. Kelly right now. Because R. Kelly would have probably on Billboard. Yes. Just because it's a man who come out and confess it himself, people that still rate him for that. But when you have people come down and find you guilty, you see me? When people find you guilty, a different thing from when you come out and say, yo, before this even reach out there, listen, me this type of person, this is how I feel, may I try to work on it and so. Well, nobody can crucify you. Can you already come out and speak your, you see me? I try speak your justice and I try change.
So you think one of the last lives that we had, one of the callers and one of the last lives brought up.
Yeah.
There's this guy that's a molester, right?
Right.
I can't remember his name, but basically, he's a white guy. I think he's a European guy, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember for sure, but he's a molester, right? And he came out and confessed about whatever, right? And basically, the caller was telling me that they were basically cuddling him, saying, "Oh, are you okay?" and things like that, and basically feeling sorry for him. Even though he was a molester, and is that because he confessed? Is that why they're basically cuddling him and consoling him?
At the end of the day, most people respect people come out and know them faults and can ask for forgiveness. For example, you know what I say? Most of will respect that. If a molester come out tomorrow and say, like for example, R. Kelly, they come out tomorrow and say, listen, I love young girls and because of this and that, I'm getting some relationship, but boy, I'm asking for forgiveness because that's not me and I think I'm mentally challenged. A lot of people, especially the women, them, the man will find and bring them to a therapist themselves. You know me? Them that have so much sympathy for them compared to now. Right, yeah. So it's just like the molester where you just say, you see a lot of people are, because the fact that him come out and say it, the respect is there for one, you see me, and the sympathy are gonna be there as well.
I think that's the best thing they ever have, So to answer your question, yes, I use my judgment based on the case, but that I have.
Oh, hold on, Carlos. Hold on. If I have to call you back, I will. Hold on.
Call from
Marsha Taylor.
To accept, press 1. To send a voice.
Marsha!
Yes.
Alive. Alright. I had Carlos on the call, but I'll call him back if I need to because I figure you probably were busy and you really wanted to get off what you're saying still. What go, cuz?
What's up? One, tune in for the topic where the have, The topic I really need to tune in. Hear the man attack, so what about the woman?
Yeah, because we have to have a woman call in and give you her take on it, no?
Yes.
So what you say, man or woman, which one of them are the better chef and cook?
Woman a better chef than man, of course, 100%.
And why you say so?
Woman a better cook than man. Man really do chefing, but woman a better cook than man because woman have taste. And woman cook with taste. Man a really cook with taste. So I think the taste but for woman is way better than man taste but for man they cook. But them man we do like cook because of portion and how them cook and everything like that and guideline. But woman can just go and cook by just cook with them taste.
Okay, so man, you
but
say
majority of the time, why you see man in a kitchen more than woman in a the big client thing then because it's a lot of work for woman and them all them big heavy something to lift up and cook in easily. And man preferred most of the time people prefer when a man in the kitchen than when a woman in the kitchen when in them place there. That's why the most demand is in man.
See, that's the answer that I was wondering because I was speaking to Carlos, I read the article and there wasn't anything decisive on. Yes, we understand mostly men are head cooks and chefs and stuff like that in the restaurant industry, in the commercial industry, but it doesn't necessarily pinpoint why this is the case. So you're saying that because that type of work, it requires like heavy lifting and have to deal with big pattern and big
stuff, and then at the end of the day, people like to see when a man in a them big kitchen than a woman. So the industry are gonna be populated, there gonna be more man request than woman. Not saying that woman cannot do it, but they rather have a man in them big places than having a woman in a them places. So the requirement are gonna be both a man. But that means man can cook better than woman because woman taste bud is way better than man taste bud.
So let me ask you a question, right? Alright, so you know how like in sports, right? Let's say a man will play basketball or football on like a corner league level, right? Where I just playing them corner league and thing. Him a ball in the league there, you know. But when him going at the NBA, him not do so well because the NBA man them a compete and the them and the English Premier League man them a compete on a higher level. They're competing on a higher level, you're right. So I look at like the chefs in the commercial space as the guys that are in the NBA and in the Premier League because they have to cook to please like thousands of people or hundreds of people and stuff like that on a daily basis. So
but woman can cook for do thousands of people, hundreds of people. It's just that with the woman cooking, it's just that them have heavier things to deal with than when the man can handle it harder for the woman. But any woman can go in any big thing and cook if they need to cook. Because we see woman cook in a restaurant, woman cook in a big iron place before, but it's just that the demand is more for a man because after work, woman tend not to do it because it requires a lot of work.
Right.
So one really try to go do it like that because the work is very hard on the woman's side. It's a lot of work when it comes on to a woman doing that. But it's not that a woman cannot do it. You have women who are real cook and no matter what they're cooking at any big restaurant. But it's just as we say again, any big commercial place, just as we say again, it requires a lot of work. And in our country, in our most, where we have grow up our stuff, people tend to, when woman in a big place are cook, them tend to like, most people say, woman in there cook and da da da. They don't really like when woman in them big place they are cook. So it kind of put a damp on the woman there because they rather a man in as a chef than a woman when they go to those places to eat.
So tell me, say, a man would come out, let's say I'm going to have lunch with a bunch of people and him look coming at the restaurant and see there's a woman chef and automatically turn off.
Yes, some of them is like that. Some man don't want to see woman in kitchen.
But that's not right. Oh,
I've
why
said good
people think
place, but
so?
when they home, the woman cook and everything. But when I'm in a big iron place, they know some of them money don't want to see that is a woman is preparing their food in the big iron place. I'm telling you.
So do they think that woman can prepare the food the right way, or
No. They know that woman can cook the way they were more. But because woman go through a lot of stages, they think about those stuff. Because some men is very funny because women go through stages. So they feel like when a woman is going through their stages, they don't want no food from the woman at that time.
Okay, me understand what you say. Yeah, I mean, personally, I think that that doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, really and truly, when you think about
It's
it,
still
Marsha,
somebody cooking. And it's still about sanity no matter what.
that's the
Not
thing.
because a woman goes to stages that mean
Exactly.
they're not clean. They're clean. But men are so
Exactly.
funny and scare certain way. Men tend to be some men tend to be a problem to them when it comes on to that time of the month or whatever with women.
Yeah,
So
I
women
don't
men
get
are
it.
funny at times.
I understand some men are funny, but I really don't get it, because I'm pretty sure
I don't get it either.
there's a lot of men out there, they don't see no cycle or nothing like that, but they probably dig out them rear and don't wash them hand and touch up the
Exactly,
food.
exactly. They probably, they probably, them probably are check. And we don't know about the same way. So them still, it's still like, come on, it
Right.
doesn't matter to me. I don't know the man we are prepared them when them are doing that them also either. Yeah, them back.
Exactly. So I understand the stereotype, but when I really think about it, it's kind of stupid that people think that way.
Yes, it is stupid.
Wow.
It is stupid that they think that way. So therefore, that become the part where a woman get pushed to the curve when it come like that. And sometimes when a woman go into a big, especially a big, excuse me, especially a busy place, and the woman them have to do so much work, it's not easy, because when you go in there, see them pat there and them something we have to deal with and them something there, it's like most likely in the Jamaican world, in the Caribbean world, and people we do mostly cooking. But like places like some places you can just put stuff in there, push it in there, do whatever, and so it's more easier. So sometimes in those places you see women there, but to me, women just don't like to be in that type of settings. That's what I think with a woman. They don't want to be in that setting. They don't want to be in that chef setting. But if they have to, they will. But it's not something that they're created for to do. My grandmother was a big chef. You know that.
Yeah.
Our grandmother have a big chef where she have her own big chef place. And she do it, I remember she call her cookie and I was the baddest food and everything. She have a big place in the market. So in a them days, the woman can cook.
Yeah. No, that's fact. Honestly,
I can cook with good taste because our food always tastes good.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Then the people used to come from far just to go and cooking because that's his thing. I have Indian people who can cook real good. You have women who can cook, but then just don't take up that thing as them main thing to do.
Yeah. See, my thing is, sanitation is the most important thing.
Yes, sanitation is the most important thing.
That is my worry. I don't worry about women specifically with sanitation. I worry about people in general with sanitation. Because sometimes even you go into McDonald's and buying your kids like a Happy Meal, you not even know what kind of sanitation are going on with that Happy Meal. And then your kids are eat it. So and then a man with a stay and say, it's a female chef, I don't really want fair food in the car. We don't even know, what I mean? It's just, it kind of backwards still, but, they say you can't teach old dog new tricks, so some people are stuck in their ways.
Yeah, some people, you're right, some people set in that way, and it's going to make some people think that it's going to make them lose customer because of a woman being a chef. That's why most people require men. And that is the only downfall with women not being the most chef. Not saying that woman cannot cook. Woman can cook good. So who always to cook when man gone out? No woman. So the hell man should be better than chef. Most of them man at school, them have to go for turn chef. Woman just born with chefing.
Yeah.
Most man at school, them have to go.
Most of them that learn like not from school but from the home is a woman that teach them. Woman that teach them. Yeah.
It's the woman that teach them and then graduate and then go school. So this woman is the most the woman is better cook than man. Woman have flavor. Man don't have flavor.
Yes, sir. Yes. So let me ask you a question. Was the best meal you ever had prepared by a man or a woman, and what was that meal?
The best meal I had prepared by a woman.
A woman? Oh.
Yes.
Are you cooking?
Woman bad for rice and peas, you know.
Yeah.
Woman bad for rice and peas, you know. Me not seen a chef for bad for rice and be like woman, you know. Woman bad for rice and peas.
Rice
and back in the days when we growing up where I come from, when you get fried chicken and axle and rice and peas, you lick your finger 100 times. And a woman prepare no man.
Yeah. No, facts. Yeah,
when you used to go them back in the days who cook roti. When you see curry goat and roti, a woman and that was my favorite meal when I was growing up. Curry goat and roti, and me not see nobody, me not see no man a demand right now. A woman still make curry goat and roti. Me not see no man a jump on me roti and demand roti like that. A woman still make roti and certain things.
Let me ask you something, Marsha. All time cooking or nowadays cooking, which one of them better?
All time cooking, 100%.
Yeah. Because them time they never use powder seasoning them time there.
They use powder seasoning, but there are certain powder seasoning they use, but most of the time they use a lot of different flavor stuff. But they use powder seasoning, but not like now them I use so much powder seasoning.
Yeah.
But they used to, but not so much. They used to more use ground provision and stuff mostly, and have them look 1 and 2 powder seasoning them use, and then catch them flavor with them food. Nowadays them a killer with seasoning.
Killer with powder seasoning nowadays.
Killer with powder seasoning nowadays. Yes. Before you go them a killer with powder seasoning, you're not using real way of cooking. A be a powder seasoning, them a put powder. They're not using real authentic stuff for them to use and then something they're not cooking. I'll be a powder season, so the food then tastes good.
Alright. Last question, Marsha, before we move on to the next caller. Cause the other day I was in Miami, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've never tried Jamaican food in Miami ever in my life. All these years I've been living here. Every time I go to Miami I end up eating some type of different type of culture food, right?
Yeah.
And I tried this place called Jamaica House in Miami Gardens, and oh my God, when they talk about said reminiscent of old time cooking, me say that's exactly what it tastes like. The rice, it tastes like them cooking on wood fire, and the meat they get jerk chicken and oxtail gravy, and it tastes like them cook all of that on wood fire. Me no know. Do you know that place?
No, I hear about it, but I've never been there, so I can't really talk about their taste. I have to go there and see. But I hear about Jamaican House. But back in the days, used to have a restaurant in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
And it used to be in Joni's. And that woman used to cook on wood fire too. And her food used to taste real good back in the days because she was doing it before she passed away. Yeah. And her food used to have lines of cooking because she was cooking real good Jamaican food, Caribbean food. Her food did well cooked and taste like it cooked on wood fire.
Ja.
And that's everybody's when they go there. I forget that Juniors come back home because they used to cook. Used to cook on wood fire. That's why I think that wood fire cooking is way better than anything else because there's a different flavor to it, but we don't do that no more. Even in Jamaica now, that's why when you go to jerk center, then you can't get good jerk because you're still doing that old stuff. You're not doing that stuff, so you always have to have that taste. That's why that jerk center will go because them still doing it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah. No, for real, definitely.
But as we tell me, I get to argument, I want to say about butter bean in a curry. Them curry, that butter bean can go in any curry. You never eat butter bean and chicken foot yet. You never eat butter bean and tripan bean yet. Butter bean is just like a bean, can go in anything that is curried. It can go into anything that is stewed.
So you try butter bean with curry chicken already?
Of course, butter bean never tastes curry when butter bean with curry chicken or that taste. You can't put butter bean and you can't put it's just a different way of cooking curry. I never get used to this one cooking of carrot and Irish. You can't put the carrot and Irish with some butter bean in there too, because butter bean always also is like a flavor too. If you don't know, butter bean gives stuff flavor too.
Wow, you hear that, Chuck?
So it can go in there. And nothing wrong. Sometimes you change up many different way of cooking. That's why you know say that's why you know say people can't cook because what? You don't like cook one way all the while. You change up your technique of cooking and give a different flavor, a different taste. That's the reason. That's what mean. That's when it come in. Yes, the somebody can't cook because guess what? You know say put this in it and get a different taste. Okay, that means that she actually know how to cook. So you can put stuff in a cup and change up your cooking.
So Ding Dong now mad then? Ding Dong actually know him do then?
No, they're not calling him. If I'm mad, if I throw the water in there, don't say my mother.
Well, say like throw water upon it.
You got to throw off that water that sit there, but it can go in there.
Oh.
So when my mad now, you got to throw water with everything in there. They are mad because you add that water with no. That's why it said to throw off that water. That water is just to preserve it and keep it certain way. But you cannot throw that in your food. You throw it off.
Money Magnet in the chat says not with the preservative water what Ding Dong do. So apparently Ding Dong they do it with the water in there. So that's why. Yeah,
with the water. So it's not with you cannot do with the water. That's the only part where go wrong now. When they do it with that water, but he can't put it in there because give you a different taste and a different flavor and a different way you want it. Okay. And right now, where me sit right now, in where I live. I think that yard spice and dumpling is carrying the flavor that we almost needed in Jamaica. I don't see no other restaurant bringing that flavor. They got that flavor going like if some of their stuff is cooked on wood fire.
Big up yard spice. Big up dumplings. And Marsha,
DK dumplings. Come on, all the time.
Come on, we need them on the sponsor board, but we talk off here about that. We run through the sponsors them. And thing, we need them on the sponsor board so that whoever watch it can know, say, hey, this is the restaurant that you need to go to when you come to West Palm Beach.
Palm Beach
County.
You want real authentic Jamaican taste or food that you are required, you go to GK Dumpling or Yard Spice. They got it going on.
There you have it, people. All right, people. Marsha. I got my bad cousin. Don't know. Give thanks, man.
Alright, you can go and do your thing, because.
Alright, bless up. Alright, bless up, man. We link, man.
Bless up.
Alright. Yeah, man. Alright, people. Yeah, that was my cousin, man. Yo, always good to hear from her. She always has some really good insight and really good things to comment on. She's very knowledgeable in the food industry. She's been in the food industry for many, many years, and she can cook. Remember me tell her, when I say can cook, she can cook, and she's a female. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So, all right, it seems like we have somebody on the call. Carlos, you still on the call?
Yeah, man, we're there, man.
Okay, all right. So, Carlos, sorry about that, man. You know what I mean? I don't know if you were still hearing the conversation while you were on hold, but seems like she did busy, so we don't want to get in her real quick,
Yes. No, we never hear what she said still.
Okay. Alright, well, she talked about things, man, because she even say like all the Ding Dong thing with the butter bean. She say, but that can do, man. That's how you can cook when you put butter bean in the curry chicken and mix it up and it still tastes good. You know what I mean? She just say, you know, if you put it in with the preservative water, then that would have mean say you're mad. You see me? You need to put in just the butter bean. You know, because she say, tripe and bean and whole a different thing, you know what I mean?
No, not the creativity with the butter bean. I mean, that's still and it's water I'm sure. The water.
I'm sure the water in there.
Yeah, man,
Okay.
that didn't have the hook, bro. Like that is the record. yeah.
Let me see if we wrap up anything else with your call before we go to the next call. So what you say, what you prefer, Carlos? What you say, all time cooking or nowadays cooking? What say you?
But when you say old time cooking or nowadays cooking, though, what exactly are you referring to? Because I mean, on my eyes, nothing really changed.
So
it's based on your own. It's based on your own.
So you don't think that when you go to a Jamaican restaurant, let's say in the 90s or early 2000s, and then you go to a Jamaican restaurant, no, you don't think that the taste different? You don't think there's a difference in the way food is being prepared, like just like I guess like the trend of how food is being prepared?
I mean, like, you see, it just depends on what they use it for cooking, because like you still have some restaurants that are popular here. I think they have some Dutch spot and a couple of them popular restaurants over here.
Right.
They still use the old method of cooking. They use the wood fire. They use the coal pot and all them kind of thing they were cooking up.
Yeah.
So I mean, the food. I mean, in some instances the food tastes good. And every time when we think enough of them restaurants, I think there's a lot of consistency, bro, in the way they cook.
Yeah.
I really don't want the consistency, because this moment you're about here, I will get a well prepared meal, bro, and the next moment it may taste the same. Get me up from? So I mean, I suppose so back then though, I think I don't think there's much difference, bro. I'm not lying. But can't say like I prefer back then for now, because I mean it's the same kind of recipe, it's the same kind of food that I cook. It's the same recipe, but I don't think it all boils down to who's cooking the food, you know. So but I would like to think that if I have any preference, it's more like the preference is more like to the chef when me used to cooking the food. You can come from the chef when I used to cooking like a particular meal at a particular restaurant. I prefer their style of cooking. For example, like I'm go to a Golden Cross, bro. Like with family right now, there's whenever a certain chef cook the food, you can tell, because you know the fish not burn up. And the fish is well done, and you can tell it was prepared with a lot of love, because that's another thing, you know, brother. Whenever nobody has prepared food, I always think that, I don't know how it is, rig up and say, alright, I will serve them people some food. I have to give food love, you know. Because I do a lot of cooking too, you know. I mean, I don't tap shit from me, I can help myself, you know. So you have to give food love. So I can tell that when the food is don't get a lot of love when I get to any restaurant. So that's a comparison me can make. Like, no. But then I just the same thing, you know. So I don't think there's that, because I say, alright, I prefer back then as opposed to now. It depends on who prepare the food.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, the last thing we have to say to you in the call before we go to the next call is mountain of rice. You see me I say? Big up yourself, Carlos.
Yeah, bless up, bro. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take in the live here, and bless up to the listeners. Them see you,
yeah, man. Bless up, man. Yeah, man. Go and check it in, because you don't know we have a couple people who come on the same live to see him with, so you don't know how that go.
Yeah, man. Cool.
Alright, bless him.
Yeah.
Alright, people, we're gonna go to the next call real quick. Lee, ready up yourself. I'm about to get you on. I know you probably tried to call, but I was on the line and everything. I'm sorry about that, but we're gonna get you on the call. People, hold tight. We're getting the next call. We're gonna get a couple calls in today, I promise.
Yo.
Lee! Welcome to the live. What a go on?
Blessed love, huh? Good thanks. They up on a Sunday evening, I know I go and kick back. But I'm taking some of the live to the man.
So
here's some good points.
Put one to the sky.
Why don't I go on more time still, isn't it? But I keep it PG, isn't it?
Yeah, after. Yeah, so
don't know it already.
Yeah, so what you say about the topic? You think say men are better cooks and chefs than women?
Well, that is a general statement. There's a message. Enough woman can't cook for shit. Enough man can't cook for nothing at all. There's a message to save them life. Every day them there at McDonald's. There's a message. So would I share some of my personal experience because I talk to woman where I me teach them to cook. Them never know to cook before that. There's a message me teach them to cook curry goat and teach them to cook up curry chicken because they never hear nothing about that before. It's a massacre. They not originate from Jamaica and the only thing they know to cook a egg and scrambled egg and them thing there. It's a massacre. So.
Right.
So it's a big statement for say woman can cook better than man or man can cook better than woman because it's all based on where them a cook. Because I wouldn't cook scrambled egg with cheese. Enough girl when me meet them I say them a cook me something and them go run up scrambled egg and cheese in the kitchen and I'll dash it and say, yo, who you get that?
Hold on there, yo.
My God! My
I think say I can cook some food, some chicken and some rice or something, isn't it? Excuse me. It's a nice family, but enough woman can cook still. Cause, you know, you don't know, so we come from a family where a whole heap we eat. Grandma Lynette, you know?
Yeah.
Rice and peas and chicken and
you
can name it. Yeah, you can name everything. Stew, peas, peas soup, anything you want to name with a Jamaican original authentic food. You know, say if you eat through grandmother food, nothing else in the world no compare to that, isn't it?
Naturally. All right. So, what this probably you probably answered this question already, you know, but was the best meal you ever had prepared by a man or a woman, and what was that meal?
Well, naturally, the best meal I ever have prepared.
Right.
Well, let me say this. Let me add this to it. Best Jamaican meal or best meal overall?
I would say give me best Jamaican meal and give me best meal overall. I'm interested to know both.
All right. Best Jamaican meal, hands down. Rice and peas and chicken, and my grandmother cooked that.
What kind of chicken?
The woman.
What kind of chicken?
Rice and peas and fried chicken.
Fried chicken, okay.
You see me I say? Yeah, because when she cook her fried chicken, she put some, you know, she fry it up with some scallion and she put thyme and them things that she give some additional flavor in. You see me I say? She just put it in the aisle just like that. You see me I say?
Yeah.
She always have a nice taste to it. When you're not going, if you go somewhere else and eat fried chicken, it just tastes like fried chicken and it tastes the same way like when she cook it. You see me I say?
Yeah.
Because she always cook her fried chicken in a big Dutch pot and she cut up some onion in it and put it in an island, you know? Or maybe she put some pepper in it and kind of spice it up a little bit. But fried chicken, I tell you, no other fried chicken I never taste. But taste like my grandmother fried chicken. Yeah. Now, overall, still, the best meal where, because me I used to have a diverse palate where we eat different foods from different countries. Because
I have a diverse palate.
Yeah, nobody ugly at my chat.
Too late.
Yeah, because you know it's a decent talk that nobody ugly at my chat.
Go on, talk, man.
Diverse palate still means we eat food from different countries, you know, because they explore them things there, you know.
Yeah.
And we get some food, some African food prepared by an African meal chef where we feel like say it more rejuvenating than any other food when we can compare it to in my adult life eating food. You see me say?
What kind of food was it? What kind of food exactly was it? The African food.
Why? I know some can't call you individual food when what alright, the meal when me did not eat is just Africa. Somebody invite me to an African restaurant and I go there and me eat it. Some assortment of wild rice with some other things. It's myself we know say is like naturally from the earth. It's myself. It's an ital stew still enough. You see it.
Oh, I wonder if that's the thing that they make with. I think African they have this meal that they make with like 3 different meats. I think they put beef in there.
No meat never in it. No meat.
Oh, it was an ital. Okay.
Ital, vegetarian type of dish.
Man, that sounds good.
Yeah, one at one point in my life, me never eat meat. Isn't me? Never eat meat to that. Isn't me? So. Me da explore vegetarian options, you see me, naturally. So restaurants never have a big menu with vegetarian, and me end up on African restaurant where me have some Rastafari and go kick in and sit down and have a meal. You see me I say. And after me eat the meal, why a best meal, meatless meal, me I tell you me ever have. And is a man prepare it. It's myself. So it all depends upon what you say now. If a woman could have prepared that meal, I don't know if she done do it better than the man. But in other aspect, I feel say a man is a better cook in other ital cooking type of genre there. It's myself.
So in the chat, Sandy said, I think professional chef is a male dominated profession, but I think overall in the regular household, women are better cooks in the regular household.
Well, me not gonna generalize that neither, cause you see, like me say, enough woman me teach me cook. so what? All right. So here my point of view towards that now. A lot of women are emotional cookers. It's a mess. Like them know they put them emotions in it, whether love or hate or whatever it be. It's a mess. Because one time a woman might cook for you and you feel like the most delicious meal you ever had. Is it? And the next time you see a woman cook and you say, with the blood clot is the one, chew it up. Is it me?
Chat!
So I feel like the emotions go with that.
Chat, hold on, Lee. Chat. Hold on, because Lee, I'm going to shut the line. Hold on, chat. Are women emotional cookers? Can you please confirm? Do depends on the woman's emotion is the level of quality food you're gonna get, because that's what Lee is saying right now. But Lee, continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. I experience me talk from I don't make this up.
Right.
I experience me talk from cause you are getting a little argument with wifey and she said blood clot. Me not even want cook no food for you today. all them way there. Is it matter? And then you just say, you don't have to cook if you want to cook, and she might feel bad and going to the kitchen to rustle up something. And when she put it on the table, you look at it and say, what is this?
So Money Magnet said in the chat, Lee, love Afi in the pot, a true, LOL.
Yeah, man, love me in the pot, man.
Women are agreeing with you.
Yeah, man, love me in the pot, man. If love me in the pot, the food now going to taste good, man. You can't taste. Food can make you sick, you know.
Yeah.
Food where you eat every day. Is the matter. And if the energy not right when man or woman prepare it, no matter who still, but most of the time I say woman more emotional with it. Is the matter.
Yeah.
So should we cook some food for you and it's like your belly sick all of a sudden and you wonder how your belly sick. Is the matter. But I just, and that she can't cook or nothing like that, you know, it's just, you know, food is a connection, you know, it's a divine thing, you know, where we bring life to your body, you know, so if somebody give you the wrong energy in a food, man or woman, it not going to go well with the body, is it me I say?
Right. No, totally agree, you know, yeah, for real, I would agree with that, but continue.
Alright, so my point now with the commercialized cooking and woman and man. You say woman used to always have kitchen when I grew up. I never know the man no chef. As the man as a chef. You see me I say? Since the like 90s, late 80s, 90s, and that might have given me age. But I'm a big man, so around them time, enough man used to go culinary school and them thing there. You see me I say? Because woman used to tie them or cook food, give them and just dash it, give them and and spite them with food. You see me I say? So man decides boy, them try impress a woman so then go culinary school and them thing there, but it turned out to be a viable career choice. You see me? So eventually, when restaurants start expand and all of them things there, because fast food restaurant was the thing, or some Italian food like pizza and them thing that was the thing,
Right.
So in a recent years now, home cook style meals. So based on that still, at the training where the man them go through and them decide say, it's a lucrative type of business to get into for open a restaurant, because them know so only a man can cook or only a woman can cook, or the easiest way for a person to get a meal is to go buy it. Because enough people, believe it or not, we lucky. Because we have people in our household can cook. But you have some people who don't know if you cook. No, the whole household don't know if you cook. Nothing at all, no more than some egg and cereal,
Question, right?
Question.
Question, right? Because you brought up the point earlier that cooking is more than just putting a recipe together. It's an energy that you get from the food as well, right? So with that said, right? With that said, right? Because it's a love affair of the cooking, right? So with that said, right? Since that is kind of dabbling into the spiritual realm a little bit, right? We don't have to go deep in there, but think about
food
this,
is
right?
a divine thing, man.
Right. So we're talking about divinity, right? So let me ask you something, right? Women, right? By nature, they're more in tune with nature than men, generally. Would you agree with that, or you think it's different?
No,
you think it's
I don't agree with that. I think some man more in tune with nature than woman.
Than women? But what about?
I think some man women more intuitive emotionally. Mean they will feel, they go more on feelings. But divinically, man more in tune with nature, because this man a planter, man a hunter gatherer. Them the thing, there's some natural thing, original thing when man created to do. Woman never used to go out go hunt and them thing there. Woman nowadays it more integrated, where woman more them trained by the man to be in a most woman were a farmer, them a farmer because of them husband or them father.
No, I understand that the farming aspect of it, where you study, you have a farmer's calendar and stuff like that, where you can study and know when is the right time to do certain things, right? Right. But what I'm saying is similar to how with farming, there's certain specific times when you have to plant certain crops for it to bear and stuff like that, and the earth moving a certain cycle and stuff like that. Women naturally have a cycle as well. Remember, say women bring forth the youths and things like that. So
and them have them cycle.
They're in sync with nature. To me, I would say they're more in sync with nature because of that natural part of them, versus maybe a man in sync with nature, maybe more mentally. You know what I mean? But they're more in sync.
You have to look on the whole picture, You have to look on the whole picture, See, a woman can in sync with nature by her cycles, fear personal cycles, what she go through, You understand what I say? She and her friend can go through a same emotional cycle and them sync up together, You see what I say? Three friends where hang out together, sync up emotionally and them go through them cycle together, Every woman's cycle are not the same time, So naturally, they might have a cycle, but that no means that it's a universal cycle where we connect to the earth. They might go through their own personal development cycle.
Okay, so you're saying that
their own fertility cycle. You see what I say?
Yeah, that's a good point.
That not make it.
They're mutually exclusive, is what you're saying.
Yeah, you can put it that way there still.
Okay.
Them can exclusive to for them cycle, you see me I said. But that don't mean so them universally sync up with the cycle of the universe, you see me I said.
That's a good
unless
point.
it's a learned thing, you see me I said. Them not naturally sync up like that. Cause enough woman you ask when at the full moon and they don't know. Enough woman you ask I wish day today is and they don't know if I'm Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday. Them not naturally in tune, you see me I say. It don't necessarily mean that because them have a cycle, them naturally in tune with the cycle of the world or the cycle of nature, you see me I say.
Right. All right.
So it's deeper than that.
Fair enough. So that I will rescind my question. I can still say my question if you wanted to hear it, but I can rescind it. You don't have to answer it. My question was, do women have a better sense of taste biologically? And that was based on them being more in one with nature than men,
Yeah.
You know?
Well, would I say women have more sensitivities in enough aspects? I now say because of them cycles make them more in tune.
So
them
you
have
think
a lot more sensitivities.
So you think that sensitivity translate in their taste? Because Marsha called in earlier and she said, women have more taste. You know, they're better judge of taste.
Well, taste is a personal thing, you know, my youth. When I say them have a better judge of taste, a woman can say, yo, fried chicken, boiled chicken tastes better than fried chicken, you know, because fried chicken too oily, you know, but me might not like boiled chicken. So, fair taste no mean say it tastes better to her, no mean say it tastes better to me. You see me I say? Some woman then put extra seasoning in the food because they must say, yo, the food missing this or the food missing that, but you have a recipe and the recipe tell you exactly where you put it in the food and it tastes this way. And them say, no, they want to add a little parsley or they want to add a little this to give it that. And when she eat it, she thinks it tastes delicious. And when you eat it, you say blood clot and also the food normally tastes. Oh, it tastes different. You know what I say? So, yeah, them can have a more sensitive taste buds and them can have, you know, a thing where them like taste and to them it tastes good, but it don't necessarily mean them have better taste because you might not like that taste there. You know what I say? Enough things where you like, they might not like that taste then either. You know what I say?
Fair enough.
So, I'm not going to get to a general thing like that to say women have better taste buds. They're more sensitive, yeah. They're more sensitive to taste. Because enough man, them smoke, them drink, as I say, and
so it's skewed, and taste buds skewed.
Smoking.
Yeah.
Good
point.
So naturally, woman might not drink or they might not smoke as much as a man. So, them taste buds are going to be more sensitive and more, you know, acute. It's like a taste the flavoring of things more accurately than a man. Is it
Fair.
On certain levels.
Fair enough. So, last question, Lee, before I take on the next call. All-time cooking or modern-day cooking? Which one of them you think better?
Yo, I love all-time cooking. I love the natural.
With the wood fire and thing.
Yeah, with wood fire and yeah, I love the natural taste of food.
Yeah.
And I like the microwave, new food and things like that. I like
nuke food.
I like them things.
Yeah.
So I like the old-fashioned cooking. Yes, I am.
Fair enough. So Lee, hey, big up yourself, you know, give thanks for the call. We'll go on to the next call. Stay up on the live and watch your side, J. Respect family.
Man, bless up. Yeah, man, up there.
All right, people, make some noise for Lee. Yeah, man, blessing, cuz. Every time, man. Hey, we chop it up, man. All right, cool, people. Guys, I hope you guys are enjoying the live. Yeah, man, so far so good. We had some hiccups earlier, but man, the calls are very good. We have some very good opinions, and you know, there's more to come. So now we're gonna line up the other caller. I'm setting it up right now. You know what I mean? So in the meantime, let me just play a track real quick. Meanwhile, I set up the next caller. All right.
day for your pretty look, you want leave a restaurant and come down man bank book. Cook, recipe book. Go in at the kitchen from your hand, them no look, you better cook. Think you're there for your pretty look, you want leave a restaurant and come down man bank book. Cook, recipe book. Go in at the kitchen from your hand, them no look. My God! Morning, you lay down in a bed for you boil some banana, steam some fish head. You mad? Boy, you want sausage and egg. Big man no wanna bully beef and bread first tip. Better get your fingernails clip. Snip, snip, tall fingernails take a trip. You know you can't peel green banana with it plus dumpling. You love it, I can cook. Think you're there for your pretty look. You want leave a restaurant and come down man bank book. Cook, recipe book. Go in a the kitchen.
Hello, caller.
Hey, Tristan.
Hey, chat, make some noise. Make some noise for Nika.
My God!
Woo! Wagwan, what a guan.
I'm here taking in the live, man. It's hilarious.
Good to know. Good to know that we can get some laughs.
Of course, absolutely. You know, get a couple laughs from Lee, Marsha, and Carlos. So.
Definitely. No, thank you for calling. You know, no, definitely appreciate you. You know, your support along the way. I mean, it's just like, you know, we give thanks for it. Definitely, you know.
Absolutely, you know. So far so good. You know, the topics in prior weeks and even this topic, I think is one of them topics that have a lot of opinions. You know, my stance on it is really that it all depends. You know, like for me personally, you know, a commercial person I go out. I eat out, but I don't think that the best food comes from outside. Me and my partner, me and Carlos, we cook in the home literally every day, almost every day. So that's our specialty, is home cooking. That's what we love, home cooking. I think it's the best form of food, I would say. As it pertains to who is a better cook, I would say that I think no specific person, no specific gender is a better cook. It all depends on the person themselves and like what they're cooking at that point in time. So in my house, we do everything 50-50. We have specific things that that one person might say them are the baddest on that. Like for instance, I would say like babe, I'm really good at like making soup, you know, on a Saturday. He's really good at like French fried chicken. That's what we had today. Him having technique then will make it superb. Like for instance, broiling the chicken prior to seasoning it up, and then in French fried, you find out say when you do it that way there, you know, have no, when you like, you know, I don't know, like some people like for us, you know, like open my chicken as you know, red nothing in there. You know what I mean? So like if you broil the chicken prior to that, you can get rid of it.
You said boil or broil.
Either way, you can broil it or you can give it a little boil before.
How that explain the broiling process? Is it that you clean up the chicken first, then you put it on broil for a certain amount of minutes and then season it after?
No, we found a new technique will work, you know. And so like I think you used to broil it first, but now we found a new technique. So what we do, you know, you clean up your chicken, you vinegar it down, your lemon or your lime, whatever you do to clean it and, you know, wash it up properly. And then I found that he boiled it today. So like for probably about 10 minutes, he put it in like hot water. And then from there, you know, he took it back out and then he seasoned it up, like put in Maggi seasoning, with green seasoning, blend up and stuff like that. And him season it up well, and then him doing egg wash, and then him doing flour and him fry it. So prior to doing this, he used to fry it and then put it in the oven for it to get like a nice little nice little cook, so that when you open it up, you know, there's no red nothing in there. But this is like a new technique when we do today. I mean, I tell you, it was slamming. Okay, I'm like, babe, you gotta teach me this technique. You know,
it sounds interesting. I mean, I wouldn't say I know how to handle myself in the kitchen. I know, so one of the things that I know just from my experience, usually when there's like red or whatever in the chicken, it's because the chicken is fried in like the oil too hot. And what happens is that the outside of the chicken gets cooked very quickly before the inside of the chicken gets cooked. And then you're forced to take out the chicken because you don't want it to burn, because the outside is apparent looking burnt. And then that's why you have that where the inside of the chicken don't cook that well. So when I fry chicken or any meat, what I don't do it on high fire, I do it on a medium to low fire, so that the chicken can or whatever it is can stay in the oil long enough to where it's cooked right through to the bone, and you know that's not an issue. But that sounds interesting as well.
Yeah, man, absolutely. That's like one technique. There's like several techniques to get it perfect, you know. But you know, when you like, for me, like cooking is trial and error in some sense, but not trial and error to the point where you're gonna spoil my food. You know what I mean? Like, if I trust you as a chef, me make a trial and error with me. But if I not trust you to cook, you're not gonna trial and error with me, because you're not gonna spoil my pot.
One thing I can say though, you know, with that method, I think maybe the chicken will be a little bit more crispy because it's fried in a hot oil versus like a lower oil. It's might not, it's still crispy, but not as, you know, crispy like, you know, flaky. Put it that way.
Flaky. Right. Like, there's so many different ways that you can get it perfect. Like, you even have, like, some people don't use egg wash, so them do like a water wash, you know, like them season it up, flour it, then put it in a tub of water, and then just rock it 2 times, take it back out, and then put it back in there, and, like, you know, flour it again before they insert that into the hot oil. So as I said, there's different methods with this. This is just one technique we learned when we see him today, and I'm like, ooh, this is a good one. I need to learn it. So back to what I was saying, like, so I'm good at that, like in peanut porridge for the morning, like different things. Like for me, you know, like if we want to change up the style of cooking, like we want to do something more Americanized or more Italian wise, then me will take over that. You know what I mean? So, like, I can do the Jamaican way, you know, but like him not really care for that way there. So me, you know, would I like master that technique or that.
Did you do a home ec course when you were going to high school? Did you do home economics and a home economics course?
Funny enough, Tristan, you know, like people say women are better cook or whatever. Growing up, you know, when I was growing up in my home, my mom did most of the cooking. My dad traveled, so when he came home, he didn't really do any cooking. I can't remember one meal we eat from my father, except the other day we were going to get managed water. But still, like my mommy did all the cooking, and we grew up with my mother didn't work, so she was more of a stay-at-home mom. Right. So me and my sister and my brother, we didn't do much cooking, to be honest, but we could have, because I see what they were doing. So, you know, when I started cooking was when I was, even after I moved from country, I'm going to go Kingston, I'm going to live with my uncle. I never do no cooking because my auntie-in-law, she was a big chef. So she could have cooked, my uncle could have cooked. So we didn't do much cooking, but we could, like, occasionally, mommy would say, go whip up something like some tin mackerel and rice. I can't remember the first time we cooked tin mackerel and rice, you know. Our parents are very sarcastic, and that rice never come out good. Mommy said that rice could have shoot bird, okay? So, like, I don't ever know, like, very sarcastic. I said, this can't shoot bird. Like, that was my first meal, but I don't like something consistent. We never used to cook a lot until I actually go for my own. But even throughout them trial and error, them learn, like, by watching or, like, making one occasional meal, I improve. So, and, like, if I go around people and I see them do something and it's very unique, I will put my own twist to it. And then create something. So it's when we really like probably even college, I actually really start like really throw down in the kitchen, and them actually used to come out good. But we never do a whole lot of cooking when we growing up because my mommy always cook like every day. Sunday, your dinner ready from like 1 o'clock. After you come from church, you have your dinner. Yeah. So I didn't do like a whole lot of cooking growing up, but as I got older and I was on my own, I had to do more cooking. And like I feel like cooking, like the principle, especially in the Jamaican kitchen, like the principle of cooking really remains. It's like you having good seasoning, so you use your herbs, your spices, you know, whatever to make your pot nice. Because some people them are cooking up and them pot sad. because you know have no nice herbs or whatever in there to make it flavorful. People just feel like a powdered seasoning make your pot nice. No, it's like the herbs and the spices and like what you do when you're like, for instance, like if you're frying something, it's good to put like, you know, a piece of garlic in there, some pimento seed, and like whatever you're putting in the pot to make it nice. So when you're frying whatever, it gives it that nice aroma, and the flavor actually seeps into the pot, into the food that you put in there. So it's like different things like that. Like when I grew up, I never really do a lot of stuff, but on my own, I learn how to make my soup, my porridge, rice and peas, like everything. I like at my house, we do everything real authentic, real Jamaican. Like we cut up a coconut, we don't use pack none. Like we cut up coconut every Sunday. We cut up, we buy like the actual coconut, cut it up. We don't grate it though, I mean I like grater, but we nicely blend it up and we get the real juice. And you know, so that's at home. That's what we do.
Question. Because I had to ask this to a female. So the caller earlier, Lee, said that women are emotional cookers, and depending on the emotion that they have, is the type of quality food you're gonna get. What say you? I need to hear from a female.
Of course, like that was me in the chat, money man. That was me. It is true. Like it's me. If me there who I'm in my best belief, I'm not cooking. No,